Hey, Badoo. I'm just going to roll straight into it. What's up, Beardies and Beardettes? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Beardy Bros Podcast. As always, we're in your ear holes, your eye holes, your mouth holes, and your bung holes. Haven't said that one for a while, so I thought I'll bring that back.
But everyone ear holes.
Every holes, and I'm behind because last week was a crazy week. But last week's episode, we had Mules on. We finally had Mules on the show.
Yes.
Finally, after so long, we finally got him on. And I realized the one thing I realized after we'd done like the next day or whatever, it was like a couple of hours later. I realized the one thing I forgot to do was ask him his question because we never get a question from the guest, and then we'd ask the guest.
I forgot
and
about
I forgot to ask him for his question to give to the next guest whenever we decide to have a guest. But you know, it is what it is.
You know, the funny part was you said that during the thing, but we still forgot.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought it was funny. So, actually, I might
like
extra light. I mean, I look handsome in this light, but it's quite a dark.
Extra light.
God, looks like this. The reflection.
Hey.
Oh, just the reflection in my my mirror, my glass behind me. It's getting dark now. It was nice and bright before, but I'll close it now.
It's nice and dark here too.
Nice and dark because the daylight's gone. Remember when we were doing it though with daylight saving? Like, okay, like it's 6 o'clock for like us now because of the daylight time back to normal. But like we were doing the episodes at like 7 o'clock, like 8 o'clock my time, just about like 7:30ish. So it'd be like 8:39 your time, and it was still daylight. Like, and now it's 6, and it's literally dark for you outside. Like you're like my light. Like
I don't think it's dark. It's not dark. Like there's still some
bit of light. No, because the mirror, the glass.
It's just, you know how it's got that dark blue?
Mm.
It's a bit like that. It's like it's nearly dark.
But it's crazy to think, like, even then, like, it was only an hour difference between me and you because the time zone was an hour difference. But you still had daylight over compared
like 3 to 4 between daylight from us?
Yeah. Like, that's the crazy part. Like,
it get dark there, what, 5?
Yeah, 5, 6 usually. Like, it's about... Yeah, it was about 6 because it was a bit bright before when we were sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'm just waiting
and then at 9 o'clock, it's like,
yeah. But no, so to us, I'll let you, as always, you that are watching, listening, whatever, you enjoy the podcast. Crazy week, so we're recording this a day late than usual. I mean, we always give that leeway between Saturday and Sunday if we need to. But last week was such a crazy week, so I'll catch everybody up on that. So we did the podcast, we had Mules, great time. Got everything uploaded. Well, partly uploaded. It's up on YouTube. Those that unfortunately that listen to Spotify haven't got the episode yet because I haven't had a chance to upload that episode. So I'm even behind on that episode now from last week. So
behind.
Crazy. So I got to get that sorted as well. But yeah, so basically it was a crazy week. Everyone was kind of was sick basically from the following week. More or less, actually, from the following week, everyone was basically sick, that kind of like gastro bug. And basically, Monday came, everyone was kind of over it. Monday came, well, actually, Jack got a slight ear infection, but we got that sorted and treated that with some medicine. Al had basically gotten over the gastro, but then she ended up going to hospital with pains on Monday afternoon, which ended up being, which was, in a sense, caused by the gastro, but it was kind of a good sign that not necessarily caused by it. But it's more of a sign that it was good that the gastro was a thing because I ended up finding out that she had the gallbladder stones, which was causing problems.
Oh, the gallstones.
Yeah, so clearly this was actually a situation that had been happening for a while because she had similar pains, not necessarily this severe before, but kind of similar situations were happening, and then like the bile, throw up and stuff like that was kind of in the... It kind of was like odd, not normal than normal bile. Like, you normal when you throw up, you kind of throw up a certain degree, but she was throwing up these things like...
Well, you throw up what you're...
Yeah.
Not what you're meant to be in your body.
Yeah. So
usually.
And that's it. So she was, you normally you throw up things, but she was having these extra bile throw up, which isn't normally something that you'd normally get, that you'd throw up. Bile is not as common when you throw up. There's usually a reason why there's bile.
That's when, that is when something's wrong, because I did that when I had cancer. Like, I threw up stomach acid.
Stuff
like that. Like,
so, and that's
which it's not normal.
No.
You don't do that usually.
Like, I sometimes, not necessarily, I sometimes get that, like, stomach acid when I throw up, But
Well,
it's
that's
usually
acid reflux. That's
yeah, it's different. It's not
but
like
but
straight.
you can tell what that is because you
Yeah,
start getting the pain in your
yeah.
chest and work
So
its way up.
but she had been having a few times like the yellow bile, sometimes green and stuff like that, which is a bit
Mm.
not normal. Like they can happen, but it's not common. But in
Yeah,
relation to
it's
the
usually when
whole
you're sick or
yeah, yeah. So but it made sense once you relate to the whole gallbladder stones thing. That made sense. That's the bile build up and comes back, and this whole rigmarole mumbo jumbo stuff. So
right.
kind of made sense. So clearly she'd been having this for like a duration of time problem, but it kind of just went undisclosed. People just going, oh, it's just your stomach. It's
Yeah,
just your stomach.
because
You know,
usually
treat it.
stuff doesn't get
Yeah,
discovered until some
yeah.
time, unless you have regular checkups,
And that's exactly it. So we end
which
up
everyone should be having.
mm, so um so in a sense, thanks to her having the gastro, kind of brought this issue
Mm.
like flared up. So then she went to hospital, got it all checked, and they checked the liver and stuff and realized that there was no, because the gallbladder was full of stones, the flow wasn't happening properly, so the liver was
Yeah.
kind of being cut off a little bit. So things weren't processing properly, but so she ended up being
Yep.
in hospital for a couple of days. She didn't come out till Thursday, so that was kind
Oh
of like
snap!
me looking after the kids, managing all that, and then kind of dealing all that, and then she came out Thursday, and then still kind of like on and off, like she's got to go back for surgery in about a month's
Yeah.
time, so they can actually just remove the
Fuck.
gallbladder because it's
Yeah.
just apparently it's just full of stones. It's just like that little thing's
Mm.
just filled with stones. I'm like, that's just unlucky. Um, so she's got to go back and
Yeah,
get
it's
surgery
quite
for
a
that.
common thing that no one talks
Mm.
about.
It's just a
Like you
little
can live
thing.
without a gallbladder.
Yeah, because it's just a tiny little thing.
You
It
just got to
just
change your lifestyle, like your
yeah.
eating, really.
So, but yeah, because I was doing a lot of research into it. So basically, it's just an extra pit stop to help
It's a
reduce.
filter, kind of.
Yeah, it just helps produce a little bit extra bile on the way through to the liver because the liver produces bile as
Mm.
well. But usually, the gallbladder will help produce that little extra pocket first to help get things on the way. So then, when it gets to the liver, it can process the
Mm.
extra. It's not just the liver
Yeah,
doing all
that's
the
why you got to
work.
change your eating habit because you
Yeah,
can't eat certain things
it's
because
it's
it'll take too long to go through.
yeah, it's mainly
It kind of just then builds on top of that, which
yeah,
make more
because
problems.
it's mainly fat digestion. So it's the
Mm.
fats. So when you basically either or, like even with it, but even to go to sort of where she's at the moment, even once it's removed, it's basically she's got to go on a low fat diet. So it's to cut back
Mm-hmm.
the fat intake because
Yeah,
your liver can break it down, but it's to a degree, and you don't want to overwork your liver.
slower.
Yeah, so
Mm.
they recommend if you have a lower fat diet, your body can process it at an easier pace and not stress it out too much. Whereas the gallbladder would normally help produce, like help break it down a lot more, but
Right.
it's not, like I say, it's not necessarily needed because your body still does stuff. So it's still being,
It's just like having two
mm,
kidneys. You can live with one,
mm,
but two's handy.
mm,
The gallbladder's handy.
mm. So it's interesting how the body,
You,
the human body is realistically when you think about it. We have these things that aren't necessarily needed, like a gallbladder or a
but unlike your
um
appendix, where you don't need an
appendix.
appendix or
Yeah,
anything,
like
really.
appendix as well. Like it's just a spare pocket that's just like
Well,
in
that
the
was
intestine. Like,
because back in the day, like they kind of needed one, but we
mm,
don't need them in today's age. Like
that's
they do
interesting.
nothing. I don't think really
It's interesting, yeah, like how
that
there's
we
some
need.
things in the body that don't actually really do anything, or they do, but they're not
Like you
a
would
necessity.
think, being born, you get it removed, so in case you have problems later.
Mm,
But
it's not a thing that we think
it's
of because we're
it's
not.
if you have problems, then you get it
Yeah,
removed. So it's like if you start removing them from everyone at birth, you might likely, like in some time, be born without one.
well, that's it. Adjusting the genetics of things because the DNA at a young age hasn't removed, so the DNA evolves with it
Yeah.
not existing,
So
and then
you haven't like if you get them removed at birth, you wouldn't really
when you're
your
growing up,
body wouldn't know what to do with it, so you wouldn't necessarily need it
yeah,
unless they won't do that because of ethics. But then again, that's probably a thing.
it's an interesting thing. Yeah, it's an interesting concept thinking about that. So who knows?
Hey, because the appendix can kill you if it bursts.
Yeah, yeah,
If
because
you get rid of that, you have to worry about it.
yeah, no, really bad appendicitis. Or not necessarily. Sometimes it can't kill. It can hurt. It can be really suck. Like some people have had it burst
No,
and be
if a
fine, but
if it bursts and you
it
can
can.
die from it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not saying like it's not. Yeah, you
But
can.
if
You
it
can't
doesn't
die.
burst, you got to go to the like you'll get the stomach pain and.
Yeah, it's usually the
Which if
trauma.
you get that, you do have to go because fuck me, you are near dead.
Hmm.
I look, I don't know exactly that, but like if it does burst, it is very bad.
Yeah, it's not a pleasantry. Um, but yeah,
So
so
it's
it's,
just
it's
like
a
gallbladder as well. You can probably remove everyone's of that, but then you got to eat certain things and
everyone's going to be
probably
on a
not
low
look
fat
ideal.
diet. So it's just kind of funny because we were kind of looking in the direction of being on a healthier diet lifestyle anyway. So it's kind of funny
Yeah, but fat
that
is healthy in certain
yeah.
contexts
Well,
and
it's you want the healthy fats, not fats like from like having fast food or
mm,
overindulging in certain things. Like you want a leaner
yeah,
butter or cleaner milk, lighter milk, things that.
because there are healthy and bad fats.
Hmm.
But then again, all food is good for you in moderation. So
Exactly. So it's just trying to, but it's nice to be on a maintained balance because then your body
mm,
can, like someone like me has excess body fat. My body may learn to do, produce it better, like break it down better if I
right.
if I if we start eating healthier and cleaner and more lighter and stuff like that. So hopefully, but coming back from that, what I was going to continue on. So yeah, so she came out Thursday. We're kind of on that for now. Well, then Friday came and we're like, okay, we're gonna have like the weekend away, like, and then we'll go to her parents and stay there for like the night or so. End up being they stayed longer, and I was humming and hawing about staying the Saturday. So Friday
Hmm.
came. We're like, okay, we'll kind of like sit around. We'll go in the afternoon. Let Max go to his kindy and enjoy himself. We'll pick him up a little bit earlier, but like
Went
later.
back to his kidney. Like, oh, that thing,
Yeah, his kidney. And
that fucking kidney thing. I was like, what?
yeah, fucking, I give up on the autocorrect shit half the time these days. It's it,
Right?
phones are getting worse. Like you literally type out the right words and then it just auto changes it. I've just given up now. I'm like, nah, fuck it. I literally don't give a fuck anymore. If it says the wrong word, I'm done with it. Like if they can't, then I'll come back and I'll rewrite the sentence. But like, I'm just getting sick of
Yeah, but
phones.
that
But
whole sentence made no sense.
I
The
know it
whole
was
thing
just
got
like. I
auto-corrected.
was like, I'm getting fucked. I'm just like, I guess, like, let it go. You'll read it. You'll get a laugh out of it. It'll be funny for everyone.
Right?
But no, so I did that. But Friday I was feeling a bit like drained. Like I felt
Mm,
extra drained than normal. I was like, maybe I just need a nap. And I napped the day, and I was like, yep, kind of napped through the morning. I was like, maybe I haven't slept too well because I've been up late and stuff, and maybe because of stress I'm a bit tired because Al hasn't been here. I'm having to look after the kids and stuff, and then deal with my parents and sort all that stuff out.
right?
Maybe it was a bit of that. But where's that? It's hot, cold. Um, wind's coming through, and
Yeah.
so I was dealing with that, and then I was like just it's just kind of on and off through the week, and it's like and maybe I still feel run down. It's like, oh, at least we're going to go away for the night Friday and go have a break and catch up with the parents and stuff, and we did that, and I still kind of felt okay, but kind of really run down, and I felt very weirdly fatigued. Like I didn't feel like normal, like because I
Mm.
kind of know when my body's like right, but I felt off,
Yeah,
and I'm
they're
like.
tired and
Yeah,
exhaustion.
yeah, and
Like,
I felt very weirdly fatigued, and I'm like, okay. But then I went for a jog. Like, I went for a walk because I went for a walk with the dogs, and I kind of jogged down the street, and I felt fine. Like, okay, I could jog down the street. But then I still kind of like felt off. Like I didn't feel right. I'm like, this feels weird because like I'm able to jog down the street, so it's not normal fatigue because I'm jogging down
yeah,
the street. Like this isn't like
you're just exhausted. Like
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
done. Like,
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like I almost feel like crap, like really crap, like death. And I was like, I don't know. Went to sleep and then got up the next morning. So this is Saturday, and that's what I was like, because I was over the night. I was like, oh, do I come back to the potty? Like we can always postpone it till Sunday. I was like, no, I'll go and do other
yeah,
shit. And then I told you like I was going to try and organize something with Dad did because I was going out the city and stuff.
right?
And Saturday morning comes and I woke up and I felt off, but I felt okay. I'm like, no, I still feel a bit weird. I feel off. Something doesn't feel right. I'm like, I'll just see how I go through the day, and I'll just start heading home, catch the train in. So I head back, catch the train into the city. So I'm riding the train, and oh my god, typical Logan people, fucking
Hmm.
straight off. I'm like, because I caught the train the other week and it was fine. Like, yep, took the kids in the city,
Right?
but this by myself. Like, I jump on the train, and of course, typical Logan, fucking old bloke was just on there, fucking had his beer in his hand, fucking riding the train to Woodridge, whatever it was. Logan, something Kingston or something. I can't remember where he got off at. I was just happy he was gone. But he was just on there heckling some chick, and I was just like sitting there like, what the fuck? I'm trying to listen. And he's like, this chick's like back down the other end. He's like, hey, lovely, hey, the headset, hey, and he's just trying to like call like, hey, I'm like, fucking hell, dude, just get the fuck off the train. And it's just like, he finally got off the train after a couple of stops, and I was like, thank God for that. And like, fuck me, I do not miss this, like being on the train and like dealing with people.
It's a 5-star fucking asshole.
Yeah, but I'm like, so I'm feeling like at the same time too already. So I'm like not showing how I feel, and I'm kind of like,
Shut up.
yeah. So I'm feeling uncomfortable. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to deal with it. Because I'm the type that,
Especially because if they're drunk, you probably don't want to deal with it. Like
yeah.
you
And I was
shouldn't.
like, oh, so like I didn't know how I actually felt still because I was feeling uncomfortable and I didn't know where I was placing. Then I got to the city, got to the art gallery, got there, pissing down with rain still, so I kind of weaved my way around a bit and goofed around, and rain was coming and going. And then I got myself trapped, and I got to the point, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to run because I'm early, and I decided to, some stupid idea, let's do a block around the art gallery. So I started walking around the art gallery.
Oh
And
no.
this is a massive block, and halfway through, I'm like, fuck, I need to go to the toilet. And I'm like, reason being because I'm like, I've been high, and as well, okay, I should say too, I've been having the good old diarrhea because of this. Clearly makes sense now because
Right.
the sickness. At the time, I was questioning it, and I was like, oh, because okay, coming back a bit earlier that morning. Okay, we'll come back a bit when I woke up that morning as well. So what made me think that I was feeling a bit off was I didn't trust, I trusted a fart. I didn't trust a fart. You should never trust a fart. And I thought it was a fart, ended up not being a fart, ended up being a shart. So that's what kind of made me lead to the point where I'm like, oh crap, this is going to be a bad day. Shit my
Yeah.
undies. Fucking had to go chuck on my old cotton undies that I wore the day before because I had my undies that I wore the day before. They were kind of like stinky. I had my clean undies. Clean undies got dirty, so I had to put my dirty undies on, go to the shops, buy new undies, change them over. So and then like the freshly dirty undies were left
That's why
somewhere
you
else
always
and
take
washed.
more than you like a
Oh,
pack or two
so
more than
that's
a
what
pair
so
more
that
than you
started my
need.
so that started my day off to begin with, and then we come to the whole situation with the train station and train guy. So okay, now you get the situation of where I was at, to how I felt because I'd already sharted. I
And
had
yet you went for a massive walk. Like what?
And then yeah, so I sharted. Had to deal with the guy on the train. Luckily, I took gastro stop like tablets to help with it. And then I had like nausea tablets, so I had that. And then dealing with the guy on the train, so that kind of brings it into concept now. Then I just got off the train and went for a walk to the gallery. Kind of went for a bit, and then decided to go for a walk. Part way around, felt the urge, and I was like, "Fuck! I don't want to be shitting myself." But I was smart this time because when I bought my undies, I bought a 3-pack, left the other 2 in my backpack, so in case I did shit myself, I had my spare undies to change into. So I was like, I'm not making a mistake again. So I was prepared
Right?
this time. I was like, fuck, I'm being prepared. I'm a prepared gentleman. So I was like, but then half I'm like, no, no, I'm like, no, it's coming. I'm like, don't do this to me now. Finally made it back to the gallery. Then I didn't need to shit at all. And I was like, oh, thank God. But I sat there and waited and I felt fine, but I felt tired.
Those
Felt,
freaking tablets definitely help then.
they
God
definitely
damn.
helped. But yeah, so I got there and I was waiting for everyone else and I felt very fucking tired. Very, very tired. And I was like, sit there and just like, I'm just going to sit. I just need to sit because the walk took it out of me. Like it shouldn't have. That lap around the building should not have like made me feel the way. I'm like, I need to sit down.
No, but you're sick, so
Yeah, which I at the time I didn't, but started to come to the point like, okay, I'm starting to like realize now I'm sick. I've had to take nausea tablets. I've clearly had to take gastro tab. Like, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm like sitting there and I nibbed on a protein bar. And I was like, this will help, something in my stomach, and it's protein, so it should be like a nice. And then everyone else starts kind of rocking
right.
up. There's only a couple of us, they start rocking up, and I'm out there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll come out and talk to everyone. I'm just like, I'll kind of keep my distance in case I've got anything. I don't want to accidentally spread it with everyone. And I'm just like, because I'm thinking at first, I'm like, I don't know if it's like a personal thing or if it's actually anything like I could spread, but I'm like, When there,
Yeah, that's the thing where if you that you tend to just stay a few feet back.
yeah,
Just from everyone.
so I'm
Like
there, but I'm standing there, and I'm like, it's raining. I'm like, I want to sit down the block. I'm like, I should sit, but I didn't want to move, so I was just standing in the one spot. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I should sit to conserve my energy, but I'm like, I'm just gonna stand so I keep my distance. I'm like, and I was just like locked in place, standing there, like, I feel like crap. I feel like crap. I feel like crap. And I'm like, and it hadn't been two hours yet because you can only take the nausea tablets every 2 hours. And I'm like, it hasn't been 2 hours yet, but I'm starting to feel the nausea come back, and I'm like, standing there, and I'm just like, oh, and everyone's like talking. I'm like, yep, 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 and I'm just like trying to talk, and the talking is just draining me. Like it is sapping the energy out of me
Right.
while I'm trying to talk and have a conversation. And I'm like, fuck, and more just going on, and it's just like I'm getting worse and worse. So basically, through the whole day, it's just getting worse and worse. And I'm like, I need to stop and sit down. take breathers, and I'm like, oh my god. And then we came to like lunchtime, and I'm sitting there at the table, and I'm just like laying my head on the table. I'm like done. And they're like, are you alright? Everyone's like, you right? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, I'm just like, and I felt so nauseous. Like of course I hadn't really eaten too, so it could have been like a bit of burnt energy, which I didn't really have anything because I only had the protein bar. Nothing in my stomach, and I was like,
because you don't want to eat when you got gastro. It's
no,
bad.
and you don't feel like eating.
Well, it's more diarrhea because you wasn't vomiting,
Yeah.
right? So
And I had no real appetite.
you don't want to eat anything except for just plain toast. That's all you can eat, really.
And that's it. So I didn't really have an appetite, but then they're like talking about having a look what they had, and I was like, oh, yeah, ham and cheese croissant sounds nice. I was like, I'll have that, and I just need some water.
Not cheese, no.
So I had that. I had them, and I got some water. So they come out with a tray of waters, and then like a ham and cheese croissant. I only ended up eating half of the ham and cheese croissant because my body was like, no. Just no, like I'm trying to eat into it, and it's just like no. And they warmed it up. So
yeah, because what's a croissant? Buttery meat,
and cheese.
Like it's just not a thing it should be.
And the worst problem too was they heated it up, and so from presentation, the outside of the croissant where they cut it and the ham and cheese slid in, the ham's nice and toasted and the cheese is melted, but then in the center of the inside of the it was just cold. So like the cheese hadn't melted, the ham was cold. And it was so like
I'm guessing they had that on the outside of the.
Yeah, so they only heated the outside of it, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? Because it literally was like solid cheese, and then like melted. It transitioned from solid to melted.
It makes no sense. Like you taste the whole thing.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck is this? But even then, my body was like, no, you're not having any of this. Like you are not eating any of this. And someone came out with someone got an orange juice, and I was like, actually, can I get an orange juice? And then they came back, and I downed the fuck out of that orange juice. My body was like, gimme. Like that's the one thing my body's like, like it was like it needs it. Like I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have this. I looked at the croissant, my body's like, no. Look at the orange juice, drink more. Like that's just how my brain was. My brain was like, no, drink more, no. And like it literally, like, I looked at trying to eat, it's like no. Like it was just like no, like straight up, you're not having this. Like, you cannot eat this. I was like, fuck. Like, my body was telling me so.
Yeah, when you're sick, your body, you feel like, hey, that thing looks delicious right now. Like, drink that. Like,
so I did that, and then I left to come home, and that's when I was like talking to you. I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the podcast. Like, I am, I'm fucked. I think it was a little bit early before that, actually.
You're done.
And I'm like, nah, I'm done, because I rode the train back, felt like shit. Could barely walk up the stairs to get across the bridge. I felt like crap just walking up the stairs. Got to the car. Thankfully, because of where I was, it wasn't far from home, so I could just drive home, come straight into the caravan, jumped on the bed, and I laid on the bed for a bit, and I was like feeling so uncomfortable, so like weird. I had like a mini nap. I ended up finally crashing out. Woke up, and my heart was like racing when I woke up, and I was like, I felt off. I felt weird. I'm like, my heart's racing. It's racing more than it should do, but I know I'm sick, so it could be that. But no, it's correlation to what was going on next, because I ended up like going, nah, in case like I feel like I'm alone in here, I felt uncomfortable, so like I know my parents are inside, I'll go lay in the kids' room. So I grabbed my shit, grabbed my pillow, my blankets, went inside, laid in the kids' bed, and as it was going to lay there, so as I walked in, I went to chuck stuff in there. As I walked in, Mum's cooking up like a potato bake or something like that. And it's just basically as soon as I opened that door and I stepped in through the back door and I come in, I could smell it. I was just like extremely turned off. Like it churned my stomach upside down. Like my body was like, no, danger. Like fucking went into freak mode, and I'm like, I need to throw up quick. Fucking dropped my shit, went to the bathroom, just started throwing up. And can you guess what the one thing was that I was throwing up?
Apple juice. The orange juice.
The orange juice. So that fucking shit was burning all the way back up. And this was from lunch. So I had that at like 12:30. This was like
because I'm guessing you drank so much of it when you probably needed a little bit.
Yeah, well, the worst problem is this was at 12:30. I drank this 12:30, just before 1 o'clock, right? I was at home and throwing up in that toilet at like 4:30. This is basically 4 hours later, and I'm throwing it up out of my body. And I was like, "Fuck me!" Like, it was.
I'm guessing you just went ham on it, and you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. Most probably didn't need that much. Maybe need half the bottle, but yeah, threw it up. I was like, wow, 4 hours later, it's still sitting there. Threw it up. Felt great afterwards. I like had to suffer and deal through it, but then after it was done, I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I knew when I was done, like, that's it. There's no more. Like, it's gotten out of my system, and I was like, at least I had some vitamin C. And then I just like jumped to the bed, rolled rolled over and had a few different naps on and off, and then that's why I was like, end up jumping on at one point at the stream, and you're like just wrapping up gears, and I was like, oh, what's happening? Because I woke up again. I like randomly woke up at like 1 o'clock, I think it was. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh well, what's going on? Oh, they're streaming because I was like awake, so I was like, what the fuck do I do? I'm awake now. And I still felt like
you
shit.
come into a submarine, it's like, there's a fucking Des.
Yeah, because like I would still feel like shit. Like the hot.
Like, I feel great. I had naps.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel better. I felt fucking the hot sweats. I still had the hot sweats this morning when I got it, but they subsided. But like early this morning.
Yeah.
But like that heat, like I was so fucking hot. Like in between, like the spots, like between your elbow, like your under your armpits, your elbows, like behind your knees, like the groin, like the real fucking sweaty spots. Like they were fucking boiling. Like I was boiling as fuck, like behind the ear, you know, all these spots.
You would have had a fever until you.
Yeah, and then just had to ride it out. And yeah, it was wild. But woke up this morning still feeling a bit hot, but that went down. And I was like, fuck, like thank God for that. So.
Right.
But yeah, so that's like that was my day basically yesterday. So
having those 24-hour flashes of stick ain't fucking good because you're like you feel like you're dying, but you're not. It's like like I had one in my life. I don't want a fucking another one.
I have like most of the time when I get sick the most, it usually is a 24-hour bug. But when I'm confused and don't know what's going on, like the day before that, I didn't realize that it was leading into it. Like that's why I was feeling drained the Friday was because it was like my body was getting like this was coming on.
That's what people don't get. Like you get sick pretty much days before you get sick.
Yeah, like actually, yeah, it hit
like your body's already fighting.
Yeah,
the
going
stuff.
through it.
And then at the end of it, you get sick right at the end of it. Like
yeah, and that's why they say you need to listen to your body. It's like me feeling tired. I should have been like, fuck, I'm tired. I need to actually just stay in bed and rest. But I was just I kept going by my business, not thinking. And
right.
Same as like the next day, waking up, being like, yep, I'm gonna go do this. I'm like, fuck. And then
that's what they say. If you're tired, sleep.
And like I said, since then, like I got my energy back. Like I feel great. Like, but that's people also do because I've napped through it. I actually did extra naps. That's helped me recuperate. Right. But like, I really do need to listen to my body more often when I'm tired. Like, just go to bed and sleep or nap or something. Yeah. You know, just do it. Like, just don't say no. But my body's getting to a trap lately because it's having like wanting to have midday naps, and I'm like, it would suck if I'm like getting to a work routine and I want to have a midday nap and I can't because I'm working. So it's like if I job again at some point, like, well, I'm sorry, I gotta have a midday nap.
But naps aren't routine though. It just depends what's happening.
So, they kind of been very a little bit for me lately.
But then you can't nap too late because then you won't sleep.
Yeah. So that's
they sleep. Don't sleep before 3 p.m. Do not nap before 3 p.m.
Yeah.
No, after 3 p.m. Not before.
Yeah, because
do it before that.
Yeah, because if you do it after that, then you're more likely to go into a sleep state, and then Well, me on the other hand,
you'll sleep longer. Also, then you won't sleep.
Or you'll nap and you have energy. Yeah, you have energy because then you've napped and you'll be up for. You won't want to go to bed.
I'm just going to don't nap in general because it is bad.
Oh, it's one of those things. But you have lottery naps.
No, then you have to go to bed earlier. Go to bed like 7, 8 o'clock. It's fine.
So yeah,
that's what I tell people. Like, if you can last till like 8 p.m., that's a perfect time to go to bed. Like,
but here's another funny thing.
You like 4 or 5.
I think I talked about it on the podcast not last week, the week before. I remember I mentioned to Al, and that's why I followed up and told her the follow up from it. But I can't remember if I mentioned it to you on the podcast, but I'll bring it up anyway, in case I haven't. But I'll ask you in case you remember. I was talking about the art stuff I was doing, right? And this was a couple of weeks back, so I don't know if you remember. But did I mention? I'm just gonna bring it. Did I mention about a chick that I thought I possibly knew her husband? Did I ever bring that up? I don't know. I don't know if I brought it up in the podcast.
I don't think so.
So basically, okay. So I'll recap.
I know it was a weird one. I know you said that, but
so I'll recap over it. So
the dude who left after the few hours.
Oh, that was the Yeah.
That's all I remember. Like that's what you said before.
So recap on what happened was. So this was a couple of weeks back now, maybe like a month ago now, because this art thing's been going on for a while now, on and off this stuff, and so this was like early on in the start of it. We started like we're all kind of working together, and because only a couple of days on and off doing it, and one of the afternoons when I was chatting with there's two of the chicks, because it's mainly chicks as well, because only me and this other dude. The other dude's autistic. He's fucking great. Fucking love him. Um, but it's basically all full of chicks, and there was two of them were just hanging out, just chilling around afterwards, just talking, and she was waiting for her husband to come pick her up, and we were just like taking the piss out of him because he's like just talking about him, and I was like, oh, that's funny because he's like got into like playing with cars and shit, and just just general kind of thing, and it makes sense in the end of it to me anyway. But he finally, because we're like, where is he? Like, because she's got to go to something else. Like, she planned like meetings because where she is with her stuff, like it's kind of almost like some of the stuff is like her business in a way. Like, she's actually found a career in that kind of area industry because she's done like architecture stuff and
she's
like
just doing extra.
Yeah, so she's kind of like already in that area, and this is just kind of like a side thing for her in the interim. And I was like, oh yeah, that's And she had like a meeting she had to go to for something because she was waiting for him to come pick her up. And so we're all just sitting around like, oh, I don't really have to rush off. Like, I don't fucking have to really, be anywhere. It's just coming back home. Like, and so we're just sitting around and was waiting for him. And he finally showed up, and I kind of got a corner glance at him because he quickly came out and then like, oh, hey, and then they got in the car and drove off. And it was only a quick glance. But my like quick glance, I'm like, because he had a beard and he's a lot more larger now, but I'm like, I think I know that guy. Like, I think I know him. Like, I think it's him. Like, because like straight away, and it's just like, but I didn't get a quick check to look because it was kind of like the like look, they're hugging and then they kind of walked off, and I'm like, I didn't like. It was just like, oh yeah, bye, and then kind of it's just, but my instinct was just like, I think I know him. He looks very familiar, and so yeah, so for my whole, but they like the way she talked about him a few times, and I'm like but after I thought, okay, it must be this guy, and the way she was talking about him, like it's sounding more like him because I worked with him, and the way she kept talking about him, like that sounds like him because I worked with him for a couple.
Is it the dude from the last thing you did?
No. So this is like so the guy that so the guy I'm talking about from work, I worked with him maybe like 10 years ago. At Big W, maybe like 10 years, maybe a little bit less, maybe 7 years ago. And this is at Big W. And but every now and she'd talk about him. And I'm like, this is feeling like him because I'd worked with him for at least like a year or 2 years. And like this is like a full, so and we'd always talk all the time and we'd have laughs and stuff. And like I think like I'm like, and the more she kept talking about him every now and then, I'm like, this is feeling like him. Like, I think this is him. And of course, coming to this Saturday, me feeling sick. And then having the thing, she shows up late and brings her husband, and it is the guy. Like, it actually is the guy I worked with. Like, actually confirmed. I'm like, look at him, like, bro, no way. And I'm like sick, but then I hype up with energy. I'm like, bro, no way. And he's like, dude, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, and she's like, wait, I used to work with this guy. Like, right. And he's like, oh my god, like, crazy. He's like, how you been? Like, it's been like, I'm like, fucking forever, dude. She was like, but it made sense. Like, I'm like, and I said to her, I'm like, this actually has solved something that's been scratching on the back of my mind for weeks. Like, because I'd seen him, I didn't know if it was him or not, but it was just scratching my brain. I needed to see him again to just like confirm if it was or wasn't him, because he was a skinny guy. Like, he was skinny, like maybe like mule skinny at the time.
Yeah, so, but like a decade, like a decade's a long ass time.
Yeah, yeah. So he was like said. So he was like mule skinny when I knew him, and he never had a beard. So, and now he's like my build or like our build and has a beard. So I'm like, but like I know faces, so like you.
That's a big ass change, like
yeah, yeah. So like that's what I mean. Like that's how long ago it was. Like he was skinny, no beard, but like I still like I recognize people. Like I know the sound of people, the mannerisms of people, and the facial recognition of people. Whether there's a beard or not, I will always usually recognize someone. Yeah. And it's like it's just my like autistic thing, that like trait that I have.
Right.
And it's just fucking funny because that's why, like I said, I thought it was him when I first glanced at him, because it just instinctively my brain was like, I think I know this guy. And I needed to know, and it finally got answered. And I was like, thank fucking god. And we had
that moment you just yell the person's name, and if they answer or not, then
yeah, no, I just like, dude, because I couldn't exactly. Well, I'm bad with names. I couldn't exactly remember his name.
Oh shit!
But I knew. But that's the problem, because I'm bad with names. But like, I was like, oh my fucking god, like, bro. I was like, wow, because like we were pretty cool dudes. Like, he's someone I worked with, and we'd always chat and have a laugh, and like, but I was like that with a lot of people, like with work, and that's like the other thing too, because like the amount of people I've met through Big W that have like weirdly like intertwined somewhere in my life still, because like the guy like the Jake who's like the artist, there's like I think his name was Ben. This is the one that's now who's the husband of this chick that I'm doing this art course with. Like, and then there's like a chick that I used to work with. She is the sister of technically my sister-in-law. Like, it's so weird how
in the fuck?
yeah, like
That's so random,
there's
isn't it?
people I've worked with that are intertwined with other people that I'm meeting through life. Like I mean, Jake's like not really intertwined with anyone else. I mean, there are a few connections. There's like, but there's other people that I've like that know people that know people from other things. Like, it's very fucking weird. Like, there's people that I know from cosplay that know people that I've worked with. Like, there's like someone that
That's what I say. Fucking small world, literally. Like,
because there's someone that I worked with that knows Eddie's brother Matt. Like, it's fucking like what?
right?
It's like it's just it's just like it's like people just everything's very close to the amount of people I know.
And also, everyone sticks to their state,
People-
really, and the states are
Yeah.
fucking small when you think of when you think about it. Like,
But-
everyone's not connected, but like,
Yeah.
someone knows someone who knows someone who knows this person.
That's
It's
it.
like,
But like it's just crazy
because like that's what I said. Like, I got drunk one night.
yeah.
I went back to some random dude's house to have a party. The next day, I found out that my cousin knew him. I'm like,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I didn't know that.
I know, it's
They
crazy.
didn't
Yeah.
know either.
I didn't know that you were related to
They
your
knew me as a random dude, like
Yeah.
from
Didn't
a
realize
nightclub.
the end. He didn't realize that you knew, like he was friends with you're the cousin of a friend of his. I guess.
Yeah, he had no idea.
Yeah.
Because I said someone's name and where they live, and my cousin's like, oh, I know who that is.
I know it's
How
crazy.
random is that?
It's fucking crazy. Like but like that's like me as well. Like that's the kind of situation I usually have. Like I'm the type like Ed can go like for example bring up Ed with his escapades. Like Ed will go out and just meet strangers and there's no connection usually with most people. But like I'll go out with him, meet someone, and they know someone that I know. Like it's weird. Like I don't know them, but it's always the way. Like I don't know how I know that many people. I don't get it. Like I just know people or I've worked with people, but people I meet know people that I've worked with or know. It's like how? Like how does this fucking happen? Like I don't get it. Like
No, so working at Big W, there's a lot of people who pass through there.
well, I worked
Like,
the exact there. Like,
work-wise and-
I worked there for 16 years, and it was a very weird.
So I mean, that's a long time.
The amount of people that have come and gone through there.
There's
and
a lot of people who
stories-
go through that, like
Like-
working and move on, and
Like I think. It's like I talked about stories from Big W a few times, like not too often, but I really got to sit down and recollect because there's like a lot of stories of weird stories I've heard from other people that I could like
Right.
sit down and talk about, which maybe they won't want me to talk about, but like there's so many fucking crazy stories like when like I don't know. There's so many. We could sit down and just talk about different things that I've happened there or what people have been up
Right.
to. Like, there's so many crazy stories. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, it's 16 years is a lot to go through a lot of different things, like different problems and changes. Like,
that's half your fucking
It's
life.
crazy.
Well,
just
just
about
under half your life.
That's
so.
what I mean. I spent 16 fucking years there for what? Nothing. That's why I'm kind of like over like I want work.
Well, the way
I
they treated you, I'm like, fuck.
Everything's fucked. I mean, I put a post up this morning on TikTok, having a rant, which I'll actually might come back to that in a second. But like, I'm at the weird point where like I'm 30. Like this week, I'm 35. Middle of the week, I'm turning 35. I'm
Right.
at the point where it's like I want to work, or it's more like I'm willing to work to make money, but confines to what structured rules to working. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I can do something...
But also, in the industry now, like, there's a cut-off point of 30 because
Yeah.
they want younger people because they
That's
pay
the hard
less.
part. So it gets to the point where I'm not in any kind of positional job anymore. So trying to get work
Because in your
is hard.
30s, you're meant to get your full pay. Like,
Yeah, you're meant to be
they
full-time already
can't
working.
give you minimum wage.
Yeah.
But they can give younger people that same job
hmm
and pay them less,
Like, it is...
which I think is a scumbag move because there's people in our age who, you know,
Like... Because
and older, like 40s.
Like, I'm not saying I like having the free time. Like, it's a fine definition of like, I want to work to make money so I can live. But I want an allocated amount of time so I can still do my art, because my art is definitely where I want to head everything. Like, that's what I was talking to my job agency. Like, I'm at the point now where I really want to commit. I feel more happier committing with my art. But it's not
Right.
really, it's at the moment there's no money behind it. If I can make money from it, then I can happily do this and paint and sell paintings. Like, if I can just
Right.
get my name out there and I can sell paintings at, maybe $50 a pop to $100 a pop, if people are willing to pay for that, and I'm making that on a regular basis, like, I'll be laughing. Like, if I can make a regular income where I can survive,
Exactly. If you make just a few $100s a week, like,
yeah, just, and then I can live off that. Like, I need something that I can live off and have a business from it. But like, and I would happily put in the work in. Like, I will happily put that work in,
right?
enjoying it, because it's so relaxing. It's so like enjoyable just sitting around painting and just creating these techniques that I'm painting with, like learning techniques and teaching myself, and just, I don't know, it's just a fun process. Like, it is enjoyable. Like, I'm constant, like, literally now I've gotten to the point that the secondary, like, I have different thoughts sitting in the back of my head, and some of them are like what games I'm going to play next, like what, things I want to try and platinum, or kind of like how am I going to approach it. And the other things are my
You get
paintings.
my mentality there. God
Yeah,
dang.
so
Like,
there's a little bit
what
of
to
that,
do
like,
next?
but like that's like on my
I'm pretty much like
recreational.
months ahead now. They're like
Yeah,
planning weeks, months ahead.
but like it's kind of like my recreational time. Like, what do I want to do with my
Mm.
recreational time, and then like my painting time. Like, painting's not necessarily just recreational hobby now. It's kind of become a thing, and I'm thinking of like, I'm actually processing it now in my head, the idea of what I want to paint. Like, I'm literally now
Mm.
in my brain,
Right.
like painting the pictures in my head, and I'm actually at the point now with what I'm picturing in my head is actually starting to come out now on my canvases. Like, for a long time, I struggled with being able to picture what I wanted and trying to put it down on paper, and not coming out because I know there was rushing the process
Yeah.
or not letting absorb it. And when I'm playing games, basically too, I'm thinking and thinking and thinking of ways.
Mm.
How do I want to approach it? What things? What I'm, what colors? Which, and I'm thinking of everything while I'm gaming.
Because you can get inspired by a
Yeah,
game, a movie, even music. Like,
yeah,
bring out an idea.
yeah, and that's it. So it's nice to be able to like see things and look at different details from games sometimes, and then be like,
Because you can
okay,
look
like,
at a certain thing and go, oh, that, let's say,
mm,
that mechanic in a game, you can not write, but paint something about
yeah,
like an offshoot of
yeah,
something, like just
exactly.
something would just bang, click,
It just
and
feels
then
right. Like, I could be stuck on like
and then it forms from there, like
yeah, like there's
into
like a,
another idea, into another idea.
yeah, cause like there could be a perspective I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of the right perspective or take like the approach I want to take. But I could see something going, oh, I should do it
Mm.
that way. Like, interpret what they've done with this thing, and then I can put it in this focus,
Right?
and then I can get that look, like the angle or the objects or whatever. Because like, oh, how should I approach the? Should it be rounded? Should it be sharp? Or different things. And it's like, oh, look at this. Okay,
Right?
I like how that's angled. I'll incorporate that, and then yeah, everything comes through. So it's
The thing about
yeah.
art is it's personal. No one else
Mm.
can really help with anything.
Yeah,
Like
they can give you ideas, but if it's
it's
the ideas
from
that
you. It's from
match,
your own perspective, not someone else's.
and that's it.
Which is what
So
I'm trying to say about
yeah,
any media.
yeah,
It's what the creators want to make. You
yeah,
don't have to like it.
exactly. It's
You
what
can think
they
it's
want.
cool, but
Mm.
you don't have to like love the shit out of it. You don't have to hate it
Yeah,
because it's not for you. It's
yeah,
for the creator. Look,
yeah. Well, that's exactly it. That's like
like your
that's
part, your artwork, your painting. It's for you. Like no one else has to like it, hate
yeah,
it. It's just if they like it, it's fucking
and
great.
that's
But
it. And that's actually a thing that they've been
like,
talking about with art, like people, because the people that worked, because we went with the thing from the art gallery, and they're artists themselves, and they talk about that's like one of the barriers is like sometimes people feel negative by feedback of like putting work into a painting or something, and then getting bad feedback, and then they don't like it, and then it kind of they
yeah,
go
because
into
there's a thing between
sloop.
constructive
Yeah,
criticism
yeah,
and just hate. Like
yeah. And then sometimes that can damper on like any kind of like artist, whether it's music, painting, drawing, an actor, which is still technically an artist of any kind, like you could get negative feedback and be like, oh, and then you shun away of doing that what you enjoy because
then you underperform. Like you're going into your shell, which isn't a good thing. Like,
and weirdly enough, like I was saying to someone when I was talking about it, I was like, well, I've kind of like I've learned to not deal with that because, like I said to people, like I'm a content creator, like I make YouTube videos, I've streamed, like I've put the work in, and not gotten back the credit that I thought I was gonna credit. No, it's not.
right?
That's not the word. I mean, it's kind of like that. Not
No,
the word I'm thinking of. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's there on the tip of my tongue. Fuck. But yeah, so it's like putting the work in, but not
the recognition.
The recognition. There we go. So you're not getting the recognition. You assume you put in for the work you put in. So the amount of work you put in, you would think you'd get somewhat equal recognition back, but you don't. But that's something because of.
But
like,
that's not how stuff works. Like,
no, and that's why I like if you put yourself out there and go through that and get used to doing that. You kind of like, for me, like, because I've put work in videos, I've gotten to the point myself now where I put the work in. I'm doing it because I want to do that. Like, I don't care now if people see it or not. Like, I've gotten to the point where I'm putting that out more for me because I wanted to create this thing, and it's out there. I've created it, whether it's visual, like in a video or a little short or something. I've done it. It's out of my brain. It's there. If someone watches it and it blows up, hey, cool. That's I'm at that point now. It's like, cool. It's no biggie. Like, it doesn't bother me if it does or doesn't in the sense. And it's kind of like a strength I have now, that with my paintings, that I could do these paintings, which I'm loving doing. People can say they hate them. Like, okay, cool. Like, you hate them. Like, I've gotten used to that to a point where I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you don't like it. Like, okay, good for you. Like, do you want a badge because you didn't like it? Like, okay, cool. Like it doesn't bother me anymore. Like, I've got to that point where, like, it doesn't bother me anymore because I've had to go through that so often creating content, and I kept creating and constantly going through
what
it.
I tell people is no one owes you anything. You owe them nothing.
Exactly.
Like,
and I think it's a good thing that I've kept creating, and I've learned that lesson to not let people, like, the negativity of not people seeing it, or like the reach is kind of like that, because people not like my content not getting the reach is the same as people not acknowledging it in the same sense. People aren't appreciating it. So it's like it's kind of the same thing. So I've learned from that it doesn't bother me. Like,
people can appreciate without saying or
exactly
or doing. Like I could, I don't know, like I like things on like Instagram and that. I don't have to. Like, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just keep scrolling, but
I know, because I'm bad
or...
because like in TikTok I'm the worst because I just like smash like on like everything, and I come back and look at the likes of things I've liked. I'm like, why the fuck did I like that? And I go back over sometimes like unlike. Like, why the fuck did I even like this? It's not even like I just impulsively just like without even thinking about it. Like, but now I have a system on TikTok. If there's something that I want to come back to, I favorite. So if there's something that I'm like, if there's something like creative that I want to see or do, like I favorite it so then I can come back to it, refer to it, or be like, I want to figure out what this is, and
right.
But
no, everything's subjective. Like, no one can like everything, no one can hate everything.
That's exactly it. It's just all opinions.
And people who create just create what they want, and just keep doing it no matter what anyone says. Okay, there are certain instances where you should take advice on board. Yeah. But not every single bit of it.
No, but that's exactly like, for me, except
people hate just to hate on the internet. Like, they hate because their life is miserable and they just want to drag you down.
Well, that's just because, like, with this course, we have our mentor. When I approached the course, my artwork was like with like very more or less heavy like Aboriginal painting artworks. But it had my twist. It already had my twist, which was, already had weird things where it had like creatures in it, or like, oh, not creatures, but like animals, or like had like graffiti paint, like spray paint planets. Like, I was already doing out of the norm in Aboriginal paintings, but a lot of the times they were still very heavily traditional Aboriginal paintings. And I was always trying to find my own little space where I was different to most. Because you look at most, when you think of it, like we've talked about this before, every time you, like, when I think of Aboriginal painting anyway, it always, and like when I talk to other people from the thing as well, it's usually is either landscapes, or this is one chick she was talking about because she's from Cairns, and she specifically said like artwork up there that's at least like indigenous artworks are either landscapes, so like scenery, like trees and stuff, or it's traditional dot paintings. And that's what it is. Like when I think of like Aboriginal, mainly when I think of Aboriginal art,
it's the dot paintings. Like that's
it's dot paintings. And and when you there's that many dot paintings that you don't.
But also they incorporate the area or an animal with it, or just it's all just animals and.
But majority of the time, most dot paintings are all the exact same. They're basically always similar or same. Like there's no.
I wouldn't say the same, but
you know what I mean. Though, like
the theme's always.
It is still a personal. It's still always a personal approach, but when you kind of like, it's at the end of the day, it is just dots. Like it is dots. Like it is beautiful. Like I do dot paintings and I do find it beautiful.
Right.
But when I'm trying to like look at, like I feel like sometimes when I'm doing dot paintings, I feel like I'm copying other people because it's the same thing as what everyone else does. So like you don't feel like I enjoy doing it, but also
you're putting
unique.
your touch on something, so it's not the same as what someone else has done. Like it's got your flair to it.
And that's it. But basically it's like, but coming from that, but like but at the same time, like you get an idea when you're seeing dot paintings, you get the idea of dot paintings because that's what your brain goes to when you think of Indigenous paintings. It's just dot paintings. Like that's what most people usually think of.
Or not just dots. It's the dots, or it's just lines, like just the big solid white black lines. Like,
and that's part of it. Like that's part of the general style.
Squiggly lines, or
but like that's what most people think of, and majority of the times when you look at that, like you see a lot of beings and characters and stuff in that, and that's where like with the mentor, I was talking through like try different things, experiment, and like I've shown some of my paintings before. And that's where I started evolving from that and taking the twist. Because like what I've been painting, which I've shown a few times before on here, was taking that concept. Because dot paintings were a traditional, like, because it was like used like grind up dyes and like they used to make it from bugs and stuff to make things. And they used to dot on caves and stuff. And they draw on caves, you know.
Right.
And that's where all this originated from, and it kind of existed so consistently. What I'm basically doing is still doing, like, in the sense of dot paintings, but no longer dots, but telling those stories as an actual painting. Like, if that makes sense. Right. So, like, whereas a person with lesser skill would be like, okay, stick figure, you know, cow, character, landscape. You know, that you interpret because that's the skill they had. Well, the skill is advanced now, so mine is character, but it has detail. Landscape, you know, and actual, you know, like it's the same thing.
Like actual painting.
Yeah. So it's still the same thing, telling those stories, but it's in basically a higher detailed, like, perspective. Basically, like I'm doing it from my perspective now with my style, and it's kind of interesting to see that I'm still keeping that story, but I'm doing it in a more modern sense. Like it's a modern depiction because like that's how you work nowadays. Like if you were to draw anything in like. You would do modern techniques. So you would paint characters, you would draw characters or whatever, you know, and it's kind of interesting that like I'm still keeping those, in the sense, traditions alive, but not tradition. Like it's still keeping the stories alive, but in
it's a bastardized version. Like like you're keeping it, but you're advancing.
Because for example, this would be like a traditional kind of idea of what a dot painting would be. Like that's like that. Whereas I'm now, you know, visualization of like usually you would see a design where you see dots and you see like, oh, you know, a figure. You'd see dot figures of like, because like on a cave wall you'd see like wavy line and then you see like a weird figure, and that's how they're drawn in a cave. Well, and this would be like the same kind of interpretation. Like you'd see the figure, and then you see like the land. Like this is just you're actually visually seeing. It's like so like
because them trees would be lines, like
that'd be different. So, like, I've still kept the idea of the Indigenous like dot work in the sky instead. But that's how in a dot painting, like, if I was going to quickly draw it up, to try and explain my point a little better for them. I do have a pen and paper here actually. Because I know you get it, but for some people that are watching that don't get what I'm trying to say, it'd be like pick a page, whatever page. So a rudimentary version of an Indigenous like cave painting would be you would have the line, which would be the land. You'd have the lines like that across. You'd have of course the dots in the sky.
Is it a Sharpie?
Dot. Yeah, it is a Sharpie. And then they'd draw like the weird figure. They have the lines, and you'd have the shape, and then you'd have like maybe the dots around them. I'm trying to do this quickly as possible to get a quick representation.
Right.
And then you'd have another one here. These look like penises. I just realized I just drew them like penises. They literally have no arms and they have saggy ball sacks. This one looks like a scalloped fish now. One looks like a penis with small nuts, and this one looks like a scalloped fish. So, and then you'd have like that, and then you'd have that there, that there, and then you'd have like a weird one here, large thing there, that. You'd have like that, that there, and some dots around the side there. So basically, a cave painting would be basically like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So like, and that's how like, and that's it, and that's why I was looking at, because I was doing my research, and basically being like, okay, you know, cave painting, someone would do cave painting like that. Okay, what interpretation be? You know, that like it's the exact same thing,
right?
And that's what I'm basically like. It took me a while to get to this stage, because you know, like I've shown my other paintings before, my other dot paintings, and it's like taking those interpretations of like, because I was already kind of doing that, but I wasn't going that far with it, like actually bringing my characters and actually like reinterpreting like actual existing like mythology of indigenous characters, and trying to keep, because a lot of these things that exist are kind of forgotten in the modern era. Like people are forgetting what the whole point of, like, people are doing dot paintings right, but there's a reason to what the dot paintings were. There's a story being told, and within those stories there was a lot of cultural conceptual beings of like because even like you look at any other ancient culture, there was like always beings, like the Egyptians had the gods,
yeah,
like,
look at the
Romans had the things, and they always had the different stuff, but they're always like weird characters that always existed. And like most times nowadays, like people are still doing indigenous paintings, but they're forgetting about the indigenous culture of like folklore characters that exist within that culture. People are forgetting that these things exist, the fairy tales that were told, and people are painting like dot paintings and telling stories of like families and tribes and gatherings. But I'm like, but are you like, and like, okay, but like, are these related to your families? Are these other people's families? Are these other people's tribes? Like, but what about the things that encourage those tribes to be the way they are? You know, like, and that's what these these tales were, like these folklore character, you know, things were intertwined to, like the tale of the drop bears. Like that's one of them. Like that's a more modern version, but like they exist. And there's reasons to why these tales exist. Like there's these stories of like, you know, the Slender Man as well. Like that's a more modern tale, but it's like an example of like the Slender Man is what a lot of these like Yamamahos and Mimis and all these little random characters that exist that guided people, or the spirit connection of, because like a lot of the paintings is based around Dreamtime and connections.
It makes you wonder what they really ingested to like see these.
Yeah, that's that scene, because they talked about like because it's kind of
like some of the stuff they describe is fucking hideous. Like
it's very crazy. That's what I mean. And like even Indian like you know, Native American Indians, like they even talk about like you know, you'd go on the hunt. You know, you go young boy, you'd go hunt, and you come back. You had to go and find yourself. And that's like the same thing with some of the Aboriginal culture too. You'd have to go find yourself. But there was talks of like when you went out as a boy, you would have a guardian kind of watch over you, and they would guide you. They'd be your guide to become a man. And those tales, those stories, those things are forgotten. Like no one talks about these things in indigenous cultures nowadays, because in the modern scape, we don't have those rules and regulations anymore as indigenous people. Like me now, because I'm a white indigenous, and like even some of like the now still dark skinned indigenous, they're not following the same. They're born in a house by their parents wherever they live, whatever they're raised. If they're in a well spaced off because they're in a well accommodated indigenous culture, or they could be in a negative indigenous culture, but they're raised. They're not then going out to find themselves and becoming an adult and hunting and doing these things. Like these things are all forgotten now. These things are washed away. But like that was still part of our culture. And that's where I'm going with this stuff, is these are characters from traditional indigenous culture storytelling. Like these are characters that exist that guided us as young men or young women, and led us into adulthood and these things. And these things aren't like existing anymore. It's like, what's going on? Like, these are thoroughbred stories to our ancestry DNA. Like, because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. It's like, people talk about culture, and I think about, like, you think of like the New Zealanders and the Maoris, and they have strong culture. They're about family and very strong
Oh
and
yeah.
big gathering. Like, and then like think about like Aussie culture, it doesn't really have much themselves because it's so mixed. But then Aboriginal culture isn't really there anymore. Like there's nothing. Like, I feel there's no connection. Like, with the earth, with the land. Like, people, like a lot of Aboriginals go back, oh, my land, all this stuff. But like, are you connected with the land? There's no breathing in the nature, absorbing the atmosphere, experience. You know what I mean? Like, none of that seems to be a thing anymore. And that's where like this stuff is like been speaking to me lately, and I've been
Right.
doing these pieces to like represent that a little bit. That the stories that we've had that are told are starting to be lost, and these, in my depictions, these characters still exist, but now they're feeling lost because they're not
Right.
helping raise young Indigenous people anymore. They're not guiding. They're not looking out for. They're not like doing the normal things. So they're now having to themselves strive in a culture that's no longer the same for themselves. Like, it's a weird approach I'm going for, but like it's been something I've been thinking for a
Right.
bit, and I've been like trying to break it down myself. Like, what is the core? Like, what has been my manifestation for this? Like, where's my like brain been going? So that's, I think it's been very more personal, deep for me, and I think because I've been doing a lot of research and finding that I've been so disconnected from my own culture. That's all right. That he's gonna sneeze. Bless you. Bless him. Bless him. And it almost feels like I'm like, it almost feels like I'm
Yo.
coming, like, it almost feels like I'm being very religious, but I'm not a religious person. My
Mm.
culture isn't really religious. Like, it's not really a religious, like, there's no really a religion. I mean, there's like,
I
you
fucking
have
grew
the
up religious,
gods,
but
like like I don't even know if like the god, like I don't even know if the god of like the Aboriginal culture, like there's like every culture has a god, but like it's just one of those things. Like, I feel lost, and that's why I think this has been a rooting experience to like really dig to the core that people are forgetting about. Like, I'm finding anyway that at least Indigenous people aren't remembering and are forgetting about that these are these things. Like, there's just so much that I've been looking into, and it's just like, it's just, yeah, it's one of those experiences. So it's definitely been like
right.
definitely been a real fucking artsy experience. Like, it feels like I've gone on like one of those like real trips. Like, with this, like I feel like I've gone really
Yeah.
deep, like journey. Like, I've been going dive deep into a journey, and I'm finding something. Like, I'm finding myself a little bit more, and it's very weird. Like, it's very very fucking weird to really
Yeah.
explain
There
it.
was something you say about the journeys, and I keep thinking that what the Wild Wild West, where they're in the little teepee,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have that fucking hallucinogenic fucking tea or whatever it is.
Well, that's like
I was
because
like,
everyone loves this one. Everyone loves the I've shown this a few times, but people love the phone booth. But like, that's a representation of
oh
like
yeah,
the phone booth in the middle of nowhere. Like, because it's like that. But like, there's these like the creatures, like they don't know
have
how
you
to
got phone booths over in Queensland
yeah, we got phone
still?
booths still, yeah.
Okay,
Not like that
I gotta
anymore,
say because like we still got one of the old like early 2000s here,
but
like 90s, early 2000s.
but
I haven't never used it because I don't really carry coins on me
yeah. Oh no,
anymore.
you shouldn't need coins anymore. All those telephone booths should be free.
It'll be free.
Yeah, they're all free up here. Don't know if you
Okay,
can
I
kind of
didn't
see.
know that.
That's kind of meant to be one as well. It's meant to be kind of fainted, like they're meant to be like fainted spirits, like ghosts.
Yeah,
So they're like,
right.
but it's
The
meant to
more
be.
translucent.
Yeah, because it's meant to be like, you got to kind of really look at it to kind of see them, and they're meant to be like, got to kind of do more detail, make them a little bit
Yeah,
more translucent, because they're a bit too thick still. But yeah, it's meant to be that kind of depiction of like, because actually that's like one of them as well that I've got here, which I didn't realize at the time when I was doing it. So I had this vision, right, of this character, this creature here. So he's standing in the shadow, and it's like radiant shadows up, and there's like this big light coming from him. I didn't realize this. So I
right.
actually started doing research on this design, and this is just me going, oh, I like the look of it, and I've seen it in indigenous cultures. I've never actually read up on him. So this character here is actually, in somewhat form, the god of light. weirdly enough. And I drew this.
Would that make sense?
Yeah, I drew it and did it, and I didn't think about it until after I did research on the design and the look. And it's apparently to do with like light and like the sun kind of thing. And I was like, what the fuck? Like it just came to me and I did it. And then I found it like afterwards. And I was like, that's fucking like that's like a connection. Like that's like instinct kind of thing. It felt like instinct to me. Like it was weird. And the fact that I used like the warm colors like the sun. And the fact that his head's glowing.
You've seen him somewhere, but like.
But I never knew the actual. Like I've seen the look of him.
Context.
No, because I've seen like the look of him, the draw of him, and my dad's got some paintings where he's done some. They're called like Gadachi men, he said, and they're like the Watchers or whatever. But I specifically looked up them.
Oh yeah.
That one has a slightly different name, and yeah, it said it was to do with like the sun, the light, and I'm like, that's weird that I drew him with that glowing head, gave him that glow, and because he's higher up, the sky's lighter as well. Like, it's just weird that I did it. And it was like a week later, I was looking more into it to, like, double check on what the character was, like, the image was. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I've already seen it, didn't actually know the name of it, like, what it was. And I was like, that's just weird. Like, it's just weird when you do things that you just naturally know, like, it's that connection. Like, and I've always felt like...
You would have not necessarily remembered it, but you've seen it. You've probably seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
And then you've just got your own interpretation of that.
So like I said, I've definitely seen it multiple times. I just, like I said, didn't know the information about it.
Right.
So, because like I said, anything indigenous, I've had to learn basically myself. Like I've had to, like I barely learn anything from my family. Like it's me, like growing up from a kid, asking my dad about things, and he would only give me like vague from what he knew because he only knew select amount of things. Like I barely know a lot of the words. Like I end up looking up into it. Like I used to say mummel, which would be monster, but no, there's actually one specific character that's literally called a mummel, and it's like that's actually a specific, not like, and that's the worst part. Like I was taught that mummel meant monster, as in like a variety. Like, but no, mummel is actually one actual monster. Is actually called mummel. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I found that recently from doing my research. That is actually one specific creature. And I'm like, I was, like, informed, kind of correct, but wrong at the same time. Like, it was, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's actually based on, yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. It's been a big deep dive that I've been going on the last few weeks. Like, every so often I'm finding more and more information. And that's why I keep talking about it, coming up back with it. But I'm finding more, and I'm finding myself more, and it's just like, I don't know. I know I keep rambling on. I feel like I talk too much about it, but I feel bad. But I'm very passionate about it at the moment. I think that's the
Right.
Sorry, Jim. I'm talking your ear off. I feel like I'm talking your ear off all the time on the podcast. I feel bad. I feel like I'm like this all the time. And you're just like, yep. I mean, people love it. I guess people love it. It's something interesting to talk about, I guess. It's like I'm interested in it at the moment, so
you're teaching other people as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the approach I'm going with this, because it'd be nice to find people that are passionate in this,
right? Because I see it through certain media and stuff like.
And that's it's one thing you don't hear about
football and stuff like that, because there's indigenous football players and they bring they tell their stories and other things and so on. And there's a whole round of football where they make the jerseys have like the dot paintings on the and stuff like that. So it's like every team has their indigenous players create a jersey.
It's cool that I see that,
which is fucking cool.
Yeah, no, that's pretty dope, that stuff, and I like that. And I mean, that'd be cool. Like, that's something I would like to try and do. Like, if I could get, like, even that, like, I don't know, even, like, I'm happy to, like, always step back and keep doing dot paintings. Like, I'm always doing it, but, like, I'm just going from the different perspective at the moment. And, yeah, like, it'd be cool to, because there's so much of it I see now of indigenous artists, like, just having anything and everything as, like, they've done something and it's just a print or it's on a shirt. I'm like, that'd be fucking cool. Like, getting it out there and just having myself out there a little bit and have being, like, you know, and I try and do that with, like, I've done before with my Redbubble stuff, but you know, everyone has a taste. It's like it can be like sometimes
you can make one thing that's awesome, but some people just
and that's it. And it can be scarce. Like I could have a design and it could take like 2 years of sitting on Redbubble, and someone goes, "Oh, I like that," and then they buy it. Like it's just one of those things. Like it just there's just at the chance that someone
there are 7 billion people on this fucking maybe 8 billion at this point people on the fucking planet.
Yeah,
you can't please all of them.
I don't know. I think I just want to get to the point where I'm acknowledged as being an artist, a
That's right.
creator.
I commend people who just create because they want to.
Yeah.
Like they create because they want to create.
Yeah. I just want to create.
No one has to buy it. No one has to look at it. No one's got to like it. No one's got to hate it. It's just there. It's been created. It can live forever now. Like
that's it. Like I just want to create art and at some form. That's why I do like videos as well. Like I feel like that's still art. Like everything I do is an art form. But I would like to. I don't know. Feel like it leave like. I imagine I will leave a legacy anyway. But like, it'd just be nice to be like notorietized as being like an artist, if that makes sense. Like it'd be nice to be known as like, here's Dale, artist. You know what I mean? Like if ever, like as acknowledged a notoriety. Like I don't have to be fancy, famous, popular, or anything like that. Just known as an artist, like in a like a table name manner. Like even if it was just like a oh see Dale's latest piece or something like it'd just be nice to just be kind of like. Not like mainstream, but just like a small little conversation staple, being like,
I was about to say like Michelangelo, but that's a big fucking order.
Yeah, nothing fancy like that, but no, it'd just be nice if I was just imagine just being like stepping in a coffee shop and just overhear someone talking about you and your art.
Yeah,
like,
there's Dale's painting, like
and not even like they don't have to acknowledge me as that's me. Just knowing, but
just the name of it. Dale's painting or something like it's Dale's painting.
Just the table name, just being like I don't have to be recognized. Just by name, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Because like, it'd be nice. I just feel satisfied, like having a bit of a legacy to leave or a notoriety. Just having a bit of notoriety would be nice.
That's why I started doing the YouTubes.
That's
for that thing. Is like streams are live; they're not preserved.
I mean,
that's why I'm just recording the stuff from stream. Put it on YouTube because that's gonna live for fucking ever.
That's it.
People can watch that 50 years from now. Like
that's why like TikTok's like that too, and I feel like TikTok is definitely TikTok's definitely more worse for that because TikTok's so much more accessed and so close streamed. Like I feel like people may end up recognizing me from TikTok, even though I don't usually do a lot of facial content.
Right.
Like I feel like if people do come across those videos mixed in with a lot of my other videos, like. They might end up like slowly recognizing me, and it'd be weird because I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it's weird. People stare unweirdly. Like I don't know. I was like today, a dude was staring at me when I was at Macca's.
Things like, oh, you're the guitar guy. I went,
yeah,
I'm the fucking guitar guy. God dang it,
the guitar guy. But like, it's something. Like you get known for something.
Like, I'm not even a fucking guitarist.
No,
that's the guitar guy.
Well, you're the guy that plays the guitar. I mean, you do play guitar. You're just not a guitarist.
Like, yeah, I know, but like. The dude goes, look, someone I've never met just goes, you're the guitar guy. I went, yeah. He's like, oh, cool.
Has he seen something before, has he? Has he seen you?
I don't know, I've never seen him before. And I said, you're the guitar guy. I said, yeah.
Someone's talked about you?
I guess. I got called ZZ Top a few times.
Yeah, and the big beard. Maybe that's why, because the big beard.
Like, ZZ
I mean,
Top!
Your beard is fucking big and massively glorious. Like, that's fucking ZZ Top beard.
All it is the fucking big sunnies and a fucking beanie and hat.
And not many. I can tell you, there's not many people that I see that have like committed to growing long beards. Like, I would if I.
When I go back, like.
I know. I kind of wish I wish I could grow a long beard.
It's down to my fucking leg that I'm sitting.
My beard grows and then it kind of just stops, and I'm just like, how do I get? It doesn't want to grow long enough. It just gets to like here and then just like stops and then it gets all weird and then I end up cutting it because it just goes weird.
Or it just grows in on itself, like it just goes under sideways.
I feel like it'd be nice having it.
Like mine goes straight.
Yeah, I'd love having a big glorious beard. I reckon it'd be fucking dope.
No, you don't.
It's a pain in the ass.
What they don't tell you is it's a pain in the ass.
Is it heavy? Do you feel it flopping around?
No. Actually, no. You don't. No, you don't. Well, I don't. If I shaved it off, I definitely notice a difference.
Should try and grow a beard out. A big beard.
Like my face would be cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I've thought about doing that 1.2. Shave my beard off, let it regrow again.
I was tempted just to restart it with all the new Jericho stuff, just to do it properly. Like. I'm like, nah.
You've committed.
I'll trim it. That's about it.
It's too long now. That's why I feel bad too. I'd feel bad if I grew a long beard and then be like, oh, I don't want it to go. I've grown it so long. Spent so long growing it.
The fuck part was, someone goes, how long have you been growing the beard? I went, like 4 years. And they're like, 4 years? And it's like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, that is the thing. You can literally go back to
this
the
is a
start of the
COVID beard that grew out. Like,
you can literally go back to the start of the podcast and actually see it grow. Like, it's
a COVID beard. Like, I always had a beard, but it was like yours, like that, and then it just
a little bit
I
longer.
just let it go.
Yeah. And now look at it. It's fucking crazy. It's like a long ass beard.
You should have a goatee at some point. But yeah, like if I stand up, like
yeah, I know.
down my elbows.
It's crazy. I mean, it makes up for the lack of hair on your head. So actually, you're at that point where you could actually tuck it around now too. I think you're actually at that point where you could like loop it up and then tie like.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Long as. I'm gonna plait it into a Viking beard.
Yeah, someone says braid. I'm not braiding this fucker.
Yeah, into a nice Viking beard.
I could, but
plait it, braid it.
No, but I have learned like a long beard. You've got to be careful of a lot of things.
Get caught on stuff.
It can get stuck in a lot of things. Putting t-shirts on is a pain in the ass because you got to try and pull it back through the top.
Yep.
Sleeping, I did learn you could tie it up to sleep because otherwise you're laying there and you get stuck under your arm and you like roll over. Like,
oh no, that would.
Like,
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
I was like, ow.
Oh, I would imagine laying in bed and then Al rolls over and she's got like an arm on it, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
like it'd be your hair like getting caught. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, so I say, like get off the hair, like get off the fucking bed.
That's funny. Yes.
But then it just wake up and it's like,
there's a mess. Then you gotta recomb it. And...
yeah, it's not too bad.
But yeah,
not
no,
too bad.
obviously
But
nothing me. Fucking.
I'm gonna learn to tuck it. Like you just do that, then.
Yeah.
So it's more like this when you go to sleep. It's like gonna be a lot easier.
Get a hairnet for your beard.
Too long for that still.
Tuck it in.
Hairnet.
Could you tuck it into your shirt when you slept? Could you tuck it into your shirt?
Could, but it'll still do the same thing.
It kind of weirdly.
You just get tangled in your shirt. No, fuck that.
Oh, you little fucker!
Fuck that. No, it's just the things you learn.
I just saw a little mouse.
Mouse?
Yep.
I thought so.
Oh shit, sorry for the yelling.
Your friends are back.
Oh shits.
But no, like just tuck your beard if you got it long, because like it is.
Yeah. You could wrap it around your neck.
I sure did that once. Someone wanted me to have a short beard again just to see what it looked like, so I tucked it in my shirt. I was like, there you go, there's a short beard.
Yeah. That's crazy. I know, it's fucking insane. Such a long, glorious beard.
I'd be sad if it ever goes. Just if I have to cut it all off, I'd be sad.
We'd have to do it for like a charity, or we'd have to try and do it for charity or something. For to get that.
It would be a charity thing, like god dang, because like it wouldn't just come off.
No.
Fuck no. Had it for way too long. 5 fucking years at this point.
Oh, that'd be weird, gum. I mean, if you, I mean,
it's literally because like if I don't mate just says that's a long ass beard. Think like that's a lovely beard. I went, how long? 4 or 5 years. They're like, that's awesome. I can't grow one. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
And that was like me when I grew up my hair. Like when I had long hair, it was basically like that. It took like 4 or so years to grow it out. And I had nice long hair, but then it was again, yeah, it's the same thing. It was a bit to maintain, and then I got to the point where I was like, no, I'll just trim it off. And there are times where I do miss it, but
it's better to not be that long.
What I missed the most was I regret not taking enough photos of me with the long hair. There is a lot of photos I do not have. There's majority of the photos I've seen with me with long hair is me having it tied up, and I had it fucking long. Like I had the proper metal hair, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I had photos because it was like long. It was like down to here, like gloriously long.
Right. And
then I trimmed it because of Jack was on the way, and I was like, and I heard all the stories. I'm like, yep, definitely not gonna have him pull on my hair, and I'm like, I'm kind of done with it. So off it went, and yeah. One of those things. But majority of the
long
time
hair and kids do not mix.
But majority of the time I had it tied back anyway, but it got to that point where I was like,
yeah.
So I mean it would be nice if I grew my hair out maybe.
But again, I found out it's better it's only tied if it needs to be tied, not all the time. Like for beard, hair, like I would have had this tied up like that for the potty. Nah.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not always good being tied up.
But when you get to the age your hair starts slowing up, and that's why it takes longer. I'm like, should have just left my long hair.
Especially when you hit your 30s, like your head just. Beards are fun.
Yeah.
beard's going till you're fucking dead, really. Like,
I just wish I could grow my hair out longer again. Sometimes it'd be kind of cool.
I've almost got my Gandalf. I just want to go grey now. Like,
I'm starting to go a bit grey, which is interesting. My beard's starting. It doesn't
I
look
had
like in here,
one.
but my light the hair looks dark for some reason. The Discord is complimenting way too much because it looks dark.
Mine's way too bright because.
But it's definitely getting. It's my hair's my color's starting to go. Like it's starting to lighten up. It's not as dark as it used to be. And it's just like, oh, I'm starting. It's not a bad thing. Like I don't care, but it's just like, oh, I'm starting to use my color. Like it's just like, if it's gonna be grey, just be grey already. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing. It's like so the one or the other.
I just found out mine's gone like my moustache. That
it
goes from this to that. So I'm not sad.
So it just goes that blondie kind of color.
Yeah, because I had one long one. I'm like, oh, and then I went, oh, it's going. I'm losing my color, going down.
That's all. It's just your color goes out. It's you gotta think about it. Your body's printing all that hair all the time. It's gonna run out of ink at some point.
Right.
Burn out toner.
Running out of toner.
Need to
some people happen to their fucking 20s. Like,
yeah.
That. I mean, that'd be pretty cool though. Actually, to be fair.
Those streaks. So yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, I
33 and got one whisker.
All this rambling. I was gonna ask at one point how your week was going, but that's forever ago past. That was like an hour ago. We were talking about shit, and I was gonna ask you how your week was, but that's fucking gone. I mean, I'm assuming your week's been pretty chill because you've been playing a lot of games lately, but not much has been happening. Footy been happening.
My week's pretty just been Gears of War with news.
Yeah, because you're on the end of 3 now, aren't you?
On the last act.
I was like, God damn it! I was gonna try and hopefully jump in and like join you guys.
Right.
Like, it's like there's no point now. I was like, it's the last act. I was like, oh, well, I'll wait till you get
just
to the
wait
point.
Till 5.
Yeah, I'll jump on 5 and give that experience because I haven't played 5, but
right.
If I can't
play 4.
Yeah, I played 4. But
okay, because if you haven't played 4, you play through 4 at the same time, so you get on to 5.
But I mean, it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to try and get on with you guys, or if we do it early or something, and try and play 5 once you get to it, and stream for X amount of time.
It's always at night, like 9 o'clock our time, I think.
Is it specifically we're doing
9
at
9
9?
to about 11, 12.
Is that because of mules?
12, 8.
Is that because of?
Because he's 2 hours behind us.
Yeah. So 9 would be 7.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, and then you go for a couple of hours.
Yeah, we go for roughly 3 hours on total.
Yeah,
it depends. It depends. Like sometimes it's up for another couple hours, but
it's not too bad. I guess 3 hours because that's time like depends. 9 to 12.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Maybe 1.
11, 11:30, 12, whatever it is.
That'll be alright then.
Well, we start after these din-dins, which...
Well, the only reason the other night he did that because...
Sometimes earlier.
Like, you were going to do it early, but then he was like, oh... Because I was talking about, like, wanting to play and spinning of Split Fiction. And he goes, oh, that's actually kind of good because I want to have my dinner. I'd rather eat my dinner and then play Gears. And then I was like, okay, then that's why we had that old rigmarole and got that sorted. And played that. Because then he wanted to jump on late because he goes, oh, actually, I want to have my dinner. And not, like, stop halfway through. So he goes, oh, that kind of works best for me. And that's why you've kind of been in that routine now, I guess, because, dinner for him.
I mean, we did play early. No, we played Rocket League, actually. Because we do Rocket League sometimes in the afternoon. Because, like, then he had to then we're doing Gears.
Yeah. No commit. Like, play something, but not actually commit until after dinner, basically. Like, no actual solid commitment. Because I said, we're going to play some more fucking...
That's why I said, like, we might do some stated decay instead of Rocket League all the time. Like, do some stated decay, because you can just jump on, jump off.
Especially if you're paying for fucking the membership as well. You might as well play other games that are on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I played that Mullet Magic. That game's fucking intense.
Yeah, that's
Mullet Magic.
Thing. And that's it. Like I said, if you're paying for it, like that's what I was thinking. Like if I'm going to pay for something again at some point for it to play 5, I'll actually like say get State of Decay or something just to play other things while you're paying for your membership. You know, take advantage. Like why pay X amount of dollars for...
buy the monthly, but I'm like, I was buy Ultimate because then you get all the games plus PC. So I don't need the PC part just yet because I'm still rocking that graphics card, which doesn't handle some of the games.
Yeah.
But
so that's why I'm actually wait to get to
next
that point.
PC I'll have Game Pass.
Yeah, we'll be able to do
it. I've still got it, but I had to pay for it because I'm like, I still don't have the online for Gears, and then Halo we're doing.
Yes, I'll join you for that then.
So I was like, I need online for that as well.
So you're doing Halo, like, how far after Gears are you going to look at doing Halo?
I have no idea.
Because that's literally, because Halo's 4-player the whole way through.
Yeah, that's 3, yeah.
So all the Halo, which is good.
We're going to go Reach 1, 2, 3, not 4, 5. Fuck them.
Yeah. Well, that's all right then. That's all right. Because I'll join you for that then. Because like I said, we can 3-player that the whole way through. Because they are 4-player co-ops. Every single game is 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
Which was good. So they were ahead of their time with their co-op. They were like, no, we're gonna make this co-op for everything.
Right.
You know, good for LAN. Like they thought about being good for LAN. So no, that'd be good because Halo's one of my favorite. I gotta be on there for that.
After we do Gears, I might keep 5 installed for online. Do Gears online because that is fun.
I haven't done any of 5. I got to install 5. So yeah, no, that's all right. If we jump into Halo a little bit after, then that take advantage of my membership as well. If I
do 5 on hardcore,
give that a bell. Yeah, I tried doing.
I'm not chucking you and Mules in on insanity or insane. No. I'm not doing that on 5.
No.
5 is hard. Like, especially probably the hardest one.
Especially as me playing as Jack. Like, what the fuck? Like the robot. Like, I don't even know what the fucking robot's going to be able to do. I know he's there.
A taser. That's about it.
But like, that's what I mean. Like, what am I going to be able to really assist with? Like, that's why I'm like, I'll happily like play and be back seat because then if I can't play, like if there's a night that I can't jump on, then it's fine because I'm only Jack. Like I'm not like Kate or whatever, you know. Like there's another, but I do want to play it though, most probably myself at some point. I was tempted to like play 5 myself to start off with, so I kind of knew like ahead of time a little bit. I was tempted to like install and play it.
You don't need to do that.
But yeah, it's one of those things. So
because Mills is new to it, so
yeah. But no, otherwise we're going to try and play in sync, so I don't feel like missed out on the mission.
I'm actually surprised he's committed to do the Gears.
Oh, you've gone through them like you've nearly done 3 and on to like you've done them like every fucking night. Like I'm like holy shit, like, there's no break.
Like, I just can't believe he's actually committed to do the whole Gears franchise, except for not Judgment, I don't think.
No.
Or Tactics. That's only single player, I think.
Tactics is single player. Judgment would be 3-player if we wanted to play it. But but you'd have
it's not needed.
No. I've got to go back to Judgment at some point myself and actually play it by myself.
But because I thought he would have bailed after the first one.
Like because like we've been playing games and I'm surprised he wanted to get in the last 3 games. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, fuck.
I think we're doing more tonight, finishing off 3 and starting 4.
Yeah.
So, Gears 5 will be probably next week, sometime in a few days.
During the week, yeah. We'll lot it in because I don't really have too much going on for the next week, so that's all right. So
we
should
be able to see how we go through 4 because 4's probably how long is 4? I think 4's in the 20-hour mark.
It's a bit of a No, because I'm like Halo's like you can't leave me out of that one.
Oh
like,
no, it's not.
Like 30 hours, 40 hours.
9 hours.
Oh, 9 hours. I thought it was a bit more. Like 9 hours.
Nah.
I usually get that.
Gears 5 is the longest.
You could get that on hardcore mode. You could get that done in like 3 nights, most probably.
Yeah.
Like if you did 3-4 hour runs, like
this is we did all games on hardcore that took us roughly 7 hours, 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Like that's what I mean. Like you get through this in a couple of nights.
A few hours under pass.
And on hardcore.
I guess we should be doing it that quick. We're just.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's why I was like,
we're finding collectibles.
Yeah.
Like I'm running around finding collectibles and.
That's why I'm surprised. That's why I was like when I was talking to you last night when I popped in. You're like, oh yeah, we're on the thing. And I'm like, holy! I was like, oh my god! Like I was not expecting it to be through 3 that quickly. I was like, holy fuck! Like. But after this, because it's nearly 8. I was gonna say, what do you could be usually jumping on at 9.
Jump on when Mule's ready. After any din-dins.
It's like, cause you haven't
Might
been
be
on
8,
fucking
8:30,
no, you
9.
haven't been on anything else for a change. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like go play some Battlefield or some PUBG or something at some point.
I've been smashing Shadows.
I know you've been playing a lot of Shadows. I started playing other random games because no one's really on, and then I've been.
I did play. No, I didn't. Like I did play Battlefield, but no, I didn't.
No, I was like, we gotta play some Battlefield again we haven't played for a bit.
Right?
Mules still got. I was like, PUBG out installed. You got rid of PUBG.
How many Mules got rid of that though?
I'm like, oh, I want to play more, but I want to play with you guys. It's like, oh, like I can play PUBG by myself. It's not bad, but it's not the same. It's fun playing with everyone else.
No, it's best with friends. Like like most multiplayer games.
You
can play them solo, but it's not as good.
It's just fun. Like I like Battlefield's fun. Like I just like you running around. I'm like, Jim, I'm coming, and you see me go, Meow! In my fly suit, and I whoosh off again because I can see it. I got so many clips of me flying past you. I'm like, here I come, Jim, and you're like, no, mate, and then you see me just fly straight past. Like I've got so many fucking clips. I got to go through and upload.
Plus, there was a flash of us like, you're gone, like looking around like, what the fuck?
Just me. If we had like game chat with proximity, it would be fucking hilarious because you'd be like, hey!
Like,
yeah,
right?
I'd be so good.
Fucking
but,
hell.
no, it is fun getting back into Battlefield when we can play because
it feels so good to play, doesn't it?
Like,
2042 is a bit more fast paced compared to 5 and all that. Because I looked at 5 again. 5 is more Battlefield.
Yeah, like actual combat, not like because Battlefield 2042 is like old school, like Battlefield 4 and like stuff like that, like old school.
Oh no, it's not like that. It's more Call of Duty-ish. Like it's
5.
faster paced when it shouldn't be. Where like Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, 4, 3 are more methodical. Like you're slower movement.
Battlefield. Well, Battlefield's 4 is only slow in the sense because of just how it was, but like it plays like similar to 2042. Like it's very much they're closer.
Oh no,
in
2042 is fucking so fast.
But it's funny though looking at it because you look at where 1 went, and then 5 makes sense. Like it like here's 1, and where they improved with the engine and stuff, and then like here's 5 because it was the same engine they used for like Battlefront. And like it's cool because like really cinematic, like, and then they're like, yeah, because that's the same engine for Battlefront as well, and yeah, for one.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, it's the same engine they used for that.
Oh, that's the same different company.
No, same people. Battlefront's done by Battlefield. It's the Frostbite engine.
But it's not the same developers though.
Yeah. It is. It's made by EA.
EA, but it's not the same dev team.
They did. They worked on Battlefield 1, and then they did Battlefront, and then Battlefield 5, and then Battlefront 2. It's all under the same team. They use the same engine. That's why it's
Yeah, but it's not the same devs.
Yeah. Should be all the same.
The developer dies.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why it's like it's all the same shit. Like that's why it was kind of cool because Battlefront 1 was in the same. Everything was all done the same as Battlefield 1, and it was fucking beautiful. But it just the way they marketed everything was just bad. And that's why everyone had issues with Battlefront 1, and then Battlefront 2 came out. That's why it's very cinematic and it's really cool. Like that's actually something we should like. I think it's got a decent amount of people still. Maybe that's what I want to go back to play Battlefront.
I installed Battlefront 2, then uninstalled it
because it was pretty badass. It's just it kind of sucks when you've got like. Because you've got the superhero classes, because you've got the Jedis and shit. So you could be playing as like
the microtransactions fucked that game on launch and all that.
But yeah,
now they're gone, thankfully.
But like you've got that engine and style that they did for Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, and then you go to Battlefield 2042 and it's a completely different style. Like everything, like the cinematicness is to like come back to more of a
2042 is just
a shooter.
It's way faster gameplay wise.
But you know what I mean though, like
not as good.
But you know what I mean though, because Battlefield 1 was like cinematic, like it felt like you were watching cinema play. Yeah. Like it was the camera angles and everything was very. 5. Yeah, it was very cinematic. Like explosions were massive and amazing, and
2042 wasn't gonna be because it's more of that is only multiplayer.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It came back to traditional Battlefield style. Like that's where they went backwards and went back to the old school ways, and it's just crazy. Like, but by law,
it should have kept the movement as Battlefield 5. Like it should have just carried that over to 2042.
Because technically 42 is a sequel to 1942. That's the funny part.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's like it's weird because
it's weird how it's always 42. Like,
but then there's the other one. I think it was.
Yeah, because the last one was 2142.
Yeah. It was like that was before that. Yeah, 2142, and it's like what the fuck? And then they're like 20.
And now it's 2042. So like they went backwards but forwards in the.
Yeah, and like but then that's another one. But like 2142 was like futuristic, and you had mechs and shit. Like that was kind of cool. Like why can't we have that now in a modern scape? Like why can't we have that? Like that's would be cool.
Because I think they realized 2042 we don't have mechs.
No. But saying 100 years later, we have mechs. Like they
you ever notice that like the Call of Duty stuff set in this time, we haven't still got any of that what's in Black Ops 2 in the future.
Yeah, like Black Ops games. I know, like
we haven't got none of the future because like tech doesn't go that quick.
Yeah.
Remember how they thought like we would have had hover cars by now? No.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
We have electric cars, but not hover vehicles.
No. But that's it. Like it's definitely a I think Battlefield, like the EA knew where Battlefield was because they tried that 2142. It kind of was a thing, but
went down the rabbit hole. Fuck.
Yeah, I think they knew that
Mirror's Edge was DICE as well.
Yeah. DICE have done a lot of stuff. Like they're pretty good, or they were. I don't know what DICE does now.
DICE is doing Battlefield.
Like they're still working on it. They still got it.
Yeah, they're the only devs who do that now.
Because when we're gonna get a Bad Company 3 at some point, supposedly. But now that's mostly scrapped, and then just work on the new Battlefield.
I wouldn't say scrapped. That's done by somebody else, I think.
Because I think
are they the bad companies?
Because I think being focused that it's still a multiplayer game, I think they'll be focusing as being like a free to play, but of course like.
Okay, there was DICE, Coldwood, Interactive, AB.
Yeah. That's I'm assuming where they'd go with the next Battlefield. It'd be like a free to play game, because I think that was the strong the stubbornness behind it was. They released the game, it had problems, people had to pay for it, people patched it, but then people didn't want to come back to buy it, so it never really drew people back. But if it's free to play and they have issues, they can patch it, work on it, and it's free, so people can just pick it up again. Like there's no constraints.
No, the next Battlefield won't be free to play because there's an actual campaign in that.
Oh, they're actually doing a campaign. I was going to say,
I think, yeah.
Because it would make sense if they did multiplayer free to play.
Have you seen the new Battlefield? It looks fucking dope.
I haven't really heard much.
I'll show you after the freaking podcast.
Yeah.
Because it looks. I'm keen. It's gone back to like Battlefield 3 and 4 kind of.
There's a lot. Speaking of games, though, there's a lot of rumors going on about a lot of games possibly coming, which is crazy. A lot of people leaking different games apparently, or information. It's all rumors still, but I was
we'll find out at some point, right? If they're true or not. Because
there was one I saw which was apparently Prototype Evolutions was a rumor. I was like, oh, that'd be cool if they do come back to Prototype. We've talked about it'd be nice if they come back to Prototype, but
I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing again. Like, I mean, it's Activision, so I mean, now that Microsoft have them, they did say they're probably going to bring back some older IPs.
Yeah, and Prototype does have a bigger fan base, so it would be cool. We have talked about it before.
Yeah, but I don't know if the devs are still around anymore.
But they might just get another team to do it. That's the thing. Like,
okay, they're still around. Radical Entertainment.
But apparently there's rumors that people have been playtesting a new.
Oh no, they got shut down. Fuck.
A new build apparently, but again, it's all rumors. It's all in the air. But it'd be nice if there was.
They shut down 4 months ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mostly shut down, subdivided with someone else.
Yeah, like here, Prototype then gets shut down. Like, they did Hit and Run, Simpsons Hit and Run, and then you Prototype.
I added this.
Scarface. Simpsons Hit and Run recently. That game isn't as good as what people say it is.
Scarface World is Yours, Prototype 2, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. But no, we could have another prototype, but I'm not putting. I hold my breath on it. Because
That's
it
why.
has to
Yeah,
have the same feel. Like
it was acquired by Vivendi Games in 2005,
oh,
and they worked on like yeah, and then they changed again too, and then merged straight into Activision.
I don't know. I mean, we could have another prototype, but it's got to be done right. Otherwise, it's not going to be as good. Because those games are just stupid fun.
That's it.
They weren't serious. They're against Activision, so I'm not holding my breath. All they do is call a fucking duty.
Vivendi Games did like, oh yeah, they did a lot of shit. So from 2005, which is ironically when Radical got merged with Vivendi Games, that year they released games such as Red Ninja: End of Honor, SWAT 4,
Never heard
Empire
of it.
Earth 2, Predator: Concrete Jungle, Cold Winter, The Bard's Tale, Flat Out, The Incredible Hulk: Ultimate Destruction, Barbie and the
It
Magic of
is really when
Pegasus.
like Vivendi games were massive back in the 90s, early
They
2000s.
they did Fear, Spyro Shadow Legacy,
Now they're not around.
Crash Tag
Like
Team
they're not really
Racing,
anywhere.
50 Cent Bulletproof. They did
Yeah.
Fear Combat, Scarface Money Power Respect, Scarface The World Is Yours, Crash Boom Bang, Scarface The World Is Yours Again, Legend of Spyro, Fear Extraction Point, Fear, another Scarface port, Aragon game, Lawnmower Racing Mania, Delta Force Black Hawk
I'm
Down,
pretty
Team
sure
Saber.
Sierra is back as a publisher now as well.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
I think in a weird spot.
Sierra Entertainment. I think they're back
Oh
because
my
they got
god, how many times they
shut
port
down.
Scarface The World Is Yours? Holy shit.
Yep.
Oh, they did Half-Life
Yeah.
2.
The vending games went defunct in 2008.
Yeah, no, not long after they acquired, they merged with Activision.
Yeah.
But they did Fear. Well, they released.
No, Monolith did Fear.
Well, they released Fear.
Yeah.
Sierra. A lot of
Yeah,
the,
because
a lot they
Monolith
worked with
made
was
Fear and Fear 2.
a lot they worked with
Now they're
Fear
shut down.
developers.
I can't believe Warner Brothers shut down fucking Monolith.
Published.
Like,
Sorry, they published. But yeah, Vivendi published a lot of these games.
yeah.
That's still a lot of games that they
Yeah.
published. Like fuck.
They never made games, I don't think. They
A
only
lot of them they
published.
worked with was Sierra. They worked a lot with Sierra.
Yeah, because Sierra were goats, man. Like, they were so good back in the day.
It's crazy though.
Sierra had
Again,
King Squares, fucking Let's Pick Larry
as I
Homeworld.
said,
Like,
and that's what people forget about. Back in the day, there's so many of these companies that would either make games or at least publish games, but they worked with so many other people. Like all of them were so all intertwined, and they worked on so much
Activision
stuff.
used to be good. These were all under Activision.
Hmm.
Or with, or under,
It
or
it
beside. Like, they're
it's
with Activision.
before
Like,
it was before Activision was great until they merged with Blizzard. That's when it went downhill. The Active
and now
Blizzard,
worse with
yeah, and now it's
Microsoft.
worse again. But Activision pre Blizzard was fucking superb. That's the trap. I don't know. It's fucking.
It is what it is. Like, these companies. I mean, it's cool how, the Croc devs. You have got the Croc remake.
Yeah,
The devs are back, and they might bring back older IPs that they made, like Croc and that, like bring back more of their IPs
that's cool.
into modern platforms. So I'm hoping Croc sells well, so they do it for more because they made some bangers.
That's it.
I'm trying to think of their name. Um, Legend of the Gobbos. Is it Legend of the Gobbos?
Legend of the Gobbies.
Yeah. The Legend of Gobbos. Legend of the Gobbos. Yeah. Yeah. Freaking Argonaut Games.
That's it. Yeah.
They're back
Mm.
now. That's why we got Croc.
Yeah, that's
Because
crazy.
the dude who made it back in the day, bought all the rights.
Got them all back.
Games.
Bought them all back.
Well, he bought them way back when, after
Yeah.
they got shut down. He went and bought them recently, or
Yep.
because they got defunct in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
But now, 20 years later, they're back.
That's good.
with the original leads and stuff.
Really cool.
But yeah, they had Croc, they had Star Fox, they had Ninja.
Oh fuck!
So if they can bring Star Fox back,
Legend of the Gobos.
I think because if they own that, then they can be released on Star Fox on PlayStation and Xbox. Like the Emperor's New Groove, when that was them. Aladdin, Harry Potter, Bionicle.
Yeah, that's right. I got all. Yeah, I remember that logo. That's crazy. 1999. Fuck.
Yeah. Scooby Doo Mystery. Ren and Stimpy. Fire Dogs. If they can bring back a lot of these old games that they used to have, like on the SNES and onto modern platforms, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All the games that they've made, I think you bought the rights to a lot of them. Imagine we get like a redone Bionicle.
Rock 2. Oh.
A redone fucking Emperor's New Groove, like from the that'd be sick.
Oh well, the Harry Potter games. Fuck.
Yeah. Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Star Fox 2, that was 2017. So
oh,
it's only on the
they did the
Classic.
Catwoman the game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The fuck?
And then they got shut down.
That's crazy. 2017 was the last game released with SNES Classic Edition Star Fox. Okay, so they did come back for something pretty recent because it was 2004 they did nothing. 2017 they came back to redo Star Fox 2 for the SNES Classic Edition. So that's that mini. That's that mini.
There. Yeah.
The mini console thing. They came back into that port for that, and then they're like, fuck it.
Croc.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it. Let's come back and bring Croc back.
Yeah, because the dude bought a lot of the IPs.
That is insane.
So he said like we might get older IPs brought back.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the fact they can do them like up like Croc and just like repackage them, that'd be fantastic. For these older games, you can't play any of these games on current systems.
That's crazy.
Like if we can get like that Aladdin, Emperor's New Groove, Scooby Doo, Ren and Stimpy, I don't know, Bionicle, Ninja, like Carve.
Oh man, yeah, I remember all these fucking games. Now to look at these covers, like holy fuck.
That was Argonaut.
Yeah, I remember that, like the logo.
When you think about it, like it's hard to believe they got shut down. Like they got.
That's what I mean. Like they did a lot with EA.
It's hard to believe that, isn't it? Like, hey.
So they did a bit with EA.
Yeah, they did a few games. Yeah, but it was mostly just standard, like indie stuff. Like I mean, they had licenses from Disney and stuff like that for like Emperor's New Groove, Aladdin. That Bionicle stuff, like if they can bring that back, because that Bionicle game, I looked at it, I want to play it. Like it looks fucking good.
I remember being that much. Was it on special? Fuck, was it on special the other day? Why is it saying this?
And that Catwoman game, like, it'd be nice to have that again.
Oh, I should have grabbed it. That must have been on sale. Fuck.
I don't think them licensed games might come back at all, like Emperor's New Groove and that, because you need Disney to sign off on it.
Because Croc's
if they make money, then why not?
Well, yes, $44.95 for Croc. I was looking on it the other day. I was literally on the PlayStation the other day. I looked at it, scanned by it, and it said it was like $29 or something. I was like, oh, I'll come back to it. Must have been on special or something. I didn't realize.
Yep, the launch day special or the pre-order special. I think.
I was like, I should have grabbed it. $44.95 is not bad. But like, fuck. I might just wait get a physical if they do a physical release.
I don't think.
Oh shit! Remind me of that. I gotta fucking put money on my pre-orders for those too. Fuck.
What your
I forgot I was gonna do that. This pay.
Soul Reaver.
Yeah, Soul Reaver in my the thing.
That got pushed back a month. So.
Did it?
It comes out now in 11th of July.
What?
Yeah, they pushed it back.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
No.
I wonder why they pushed it back.
July 11th.
Yeah, I've already got it anyway.
Pushed back a month. That's all. I mean, it's not a fucking bad thing. I'm guessing they had a bit more pre-orders than they thought, maybe.
Why is it not coming up? What? I can't find any record of the thing.
What thing?
Do you know the movie The Thing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up on EB Games, and it's not coming up listings for it.
There is on JB there. Unless it's a JB exclusive.
No, I pre-ordered it at EB.
Oh.
It's no longer listed on their website.
Let me look. Hang on. EB. Maybe they have got rid of it. Oh, yeah. No, it's not there.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. PS5, $80.
Well, it's not showing up for me when I typed it in.
Scroll down.
I have like a whole bunch of everything.
All I see is Death Stranding on the beach, Stranger Things, and then you scroll down and there's the thing.
I had Doom and everything, and then nothing showed up for me. Doom hat socks.
The things there comes out June 25th.
Oh, must be really. Oh, there. Okay, it must be really down. Fuck.
You get a steelbook, some on patches, a poster, and a Blake ID card.
Yes, I was like, oh, I want to get that.
So do I, because I had never played it.
I've got it on the OG Xbox, never played it.
I'm gonna buy it digitally because it's so cheap on there first.
Yeah,
it's half that price, maybe even less than that.
Well, I mean, I did buy Soul Reaver digitally, but again, Soul Reaver is one of my favorite characters,
right?
Franchises. I still got
Soul Reaver now comes out. Yeah, June, July 11th.
That is literally going to be the one game I think. No, oh no. Okay, no, I take that back. No, it won't be. But it's one of the games that I bought twice. I forget that I bought Halo 5 twice. I forgot that I bought Halo 5 twice. It was Halo 5 because the two different editions they had. I bought both different editions.
And in hindsight, you look at it and go, "Why the fuck?"
Yeah, was it Halo 5? Yeah, no, Halo 5 because Halo.
Yeah, it would have had to be. Yeah,
because they had that steelbook and it had the little statue thing you could build.
I was so keen for Halo 5. I bought that, loaded up, and it's like,
yeah.
Oh, Chief's in it, but you don't play as him. But
I know, he's in it. He's there. You do play as him, but the main focus
at the end,
the focus isn't him. He jumps between the two. The main focus is on the other guy.
You're looking for Chief.
Yeah, you play as Chief running away. Did you play any of 5? You gave up on 5.
I played I don't know where I got to, but I haven't been Chief yet.
No, well, you're missing it. Yeah, it's funny because you play as Locke chasing Chief.
Game's dog shit. I don't like it. No. It's not Halo.
Because you play as Locke chasing Chief, right? But then you play as Chief running away from Locke, and it's funny because you get to a point and you do something, and you know kind of what's going to happen when you kind of get to Locke going to lead up to it. It's kind of funny, and then and then you play as Chief fighting Locke. So.
Right, it's just why.
He's gone rogue. We got to stop him.
Yeah, but he didn't.
I know.
That's the thing, the game's just all messed up.
But
that's why I'm still. That's why I always say now. Gears is Xbox's thing because it never dipped in fucking quality.
I mean, at least they did judgment. They go, okay, we've made a kind of mistake. Let's not do that again.
Yeah, that was Epic who did that. Still,
yeah,
that was still the same devs who made 1, 2, and 3.
But I mean, though, it's not bad. It's just not in the same vein. I think that's where the thing is. But it's not where Gears has kind of been it's been like that. Where Halo's like
oh yeah,
that fucking.
As soon as Halo 3, and then I was just like. 4,
that yodel it's like that yodel game on
right?
The Price is Right. It's like you put the bed in. It's like oh, you bet too much. Oh.
Right.
I love that.
They should bring that back. Shouldn't
that shit was fucking hilarious.
Awesome.
I love that shit. Watching that. I think it's $500, and then they go okay, let's see how high it goes, and they just love the little and then you yodels the whole way up, and it's the price is just $450 and it just stops and 500 is the max height or something. Right. I just love the amount of times that's happened where it's just been on the presser point and it's just on the edge, just leaning over because it's been smack bang.
And then
it's fucking hilarious.
Just an extra bit. Someone bids over, like someone puts the money. Does it? Oh, they went over.
I just love those.
Unfortunate. Homes of Price was right. No, Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune.
That's not the same anymore. Like, let's have that whole fucking thing.
Now,
things just aren't the same anymore.
Price was right where it's at because it had multiple different games. Like that was the thing because it had different game types, like different. Right. It was actually like a proper game show because you had to like guess the price. Like a lot of things it was all based around guessing the price. But it was like you had either 3 objects and you had to guess the price of each 3 objects. And you had to be close within a point. Then you had to get like the yodel. You had to guess the margin. If it was over the margin, he'd topple over the point, and you had to see how close you could get into the. And then you had to guess like.
It was that and Deal or No Deal that I used to shout at the TV like, it's this.
And then the other ones was like you had to guess the items in the order of price of like which one was the lowest and which one was the highest.
Yeah, put them in the
things tiers. Like that. Yeah. So you had to go through and then you had to do ones where you had to like guess as close as you could or if not on the right price. So you had to like there's like all these different type of price games. And then.
Right.
It was so cool.
And they just vanished.
But
I mean, they're still around, but you don't.
There's other things to them, yeah.
Watch them.
Japanese game shows are good. I like watching Japanese.
I should watch Deal or No Deal because that's still the same. Like that's not changing.
No, that's pretty straightforward, but it's not as fun.
No, what's that? No, the chase. That shit's fucking fantastic.
The chase, the questions, and then they chase. Yeah. That's not bad. Because the Deal or No Deal is pretty. Like, there's that new one which is like that what's it called? It's the one that the dropper. They ask the quiz questions, and they drop the token in, and it, like everyone watches that one. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But it's like that. But it's like an arcade game machine. But yeah, they get questions, and every question they get right, they get a token, and then they get to drop the token in the slot 1, 2, 3, or 4. And they drop it, and it plunks down, and then that has that draw that like pushes the coins. And then if they
that thing, I've seen that. I'm not a big fan. I watched it once for a few minutes
because it's based off an arcade game, like it's an arcade machine.
Yeah,
which is
also was that lady just pushing the coins. I was like, this is boring as bad shit. Like they just pushing for like 10 minutes. They just got the same thing.
Because they get enough questions, and then they keep drawing like, okay, left slot, and they try and get the thing to push off. It's like right slot. Second one, first one, second one.
How do people get addicted to that? Like, it's boring.
Like, Jack watches it. Jack's obsessed with watching it. He loves watching it. But, I mean, I used to play the arcade game. So he used to watch and play that.
Yeah.
So. It might be
but that's different than someone else. And the camera's just on the coins. Just watching it for fucking, like, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, because you gotta wait and you watch it go, ding, 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 and then it lands. And the anticipation of it going, oh, and then you watch it and they go, oh, and it tips over one. And then they're like, oh, and then does nothing. It's just like, they over dramatize it so much.
Okay, bye.
It's funny as.
Couldn't do it.
Like, but yeah.
I kind of wanted to watch more of the Chinese, Korean fucking game show things because they're way more fucking.
Oh, they're great.
To watch.
It's like the MXC. I actually found the original. I think it's something Castle, something Mountain. It's that weird one, but it's like the old actual like, because MXC was like the dubbed version here. It was just like cut and they redubbed it with American random narration and stuff. But like, it's something Castle. It's like on Netflix or something. They've actually got the original like Japanese show up of it, and it's just that it's like all the different Wipeout stuff. So they're like the obstacles where they got like they gotta run up a hill and there's like the giant boulders falling down from the hill and they gotta run up the hill or they gotta try and run through the doors. You can see them where there's the doors. It's like 3 doors and they gotta pick one to run through and then one's real, the rest are fake. And I love like when they commit.
Fall Guys.
Yeah, they love when they commit and they fucking smash into a wall and shit. Like it's fucking great. Or the stepping stones, and some of the stepping stones are fake and the others are real. Like, they're the best. I love that the whole thing's on. Like,
I just love the bouncy balls on Wipeout, the big balls and boing, one to the other, and they just go right down the middle. Like
those ones are great. Like, Japanese got a lot of those shows. So I love putting it on every now and then and watching that.
I was watching one recently on Instagram, I think, that someone put a clip of a dude putting eggs, and you had to, like, hold it with your mouth, hold the spoon, to put the other spoon, and, like, trying to take it over the thing. It's like, that's fucking cool as.
I saw that. Yeah. He, like, he's like, weaving it through and, like, you get to pass through the end. It's crazy.
Because he had to hold the spoon because he's like got 2 hands. He had to hold it to take that hand and pull the other one around.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, fuck's sake.
It's fucking great.
Because they're on a time limit because there's 2 people doing it at once.
Yeah, they're racing.
You got to try and beat the other one.
Yeah, they're racing against each other. Like, it's
like,
just
fuck's sake. Just stupid fun. Like, the thing about game shows is it's all bullshit because people may win, but they don't get that money for years. You ever actually notice that?
Yeah.
Like, if they win, it takes them months to years to even see any of it.
I know, it's just like that.
And even then, it's dispersed in certain amounts because you can't have all of it at once. It's set every month. You get like 20K or something, like,
yeah, the payout,
which is still fucking handy, but like, because if you got all of that, it'll be taxed. Like, you'll get taxed a shit ton of it.
That's it. Like, it's a ratio of how it works.
So it's literally the government or whoever, if they go through the government, they give you like your 20, 30, 15K of your amount like every month, every so and so. Because if you, I don't know, it's a cool system, but also it's like there's people like they win, but they see none of it for a long time.
Yeah, like they just give it so you can live off of it basically, but not like go out and go splurge crazy like, oh, I'm rich.
No, like having 20 grand a month, you can do that.
That's what I mean. Like, it's within reason. Like, it's not like you go not like, oh, I'm just gonna blow it all.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go buy a mansion or something.
Yeah, it's not you're wasting it. You can't just blow all of it like gambling or
crap. You said you got stuff. You got pickups. I want to see your pickups. You got pickups.
Yes, I got a one.
You got a one.
Which I got one thing, and it's fucking fantastic. I am sad I can't use it yet. I think. But I'll first show you. It's in a little envelope. Like, it's more than a little envelope. It's a big envelope. But the back plate.
Oh.
Weird, isn't it? Like, it's
so random. It's in an envelope. Oh, here's your back plate in an envelope.
Yeah, like the back plate is in a fucking envelope.
That's so random.
Which is pretty cool.
How much they charge you? How much they charge you for a back plate? They charge you, but
a fancy envelope.
You have to buy the back plate. Did you have to buy the back plate?
Nah, it came in the thing.
Came with the thing.
It's funny because it sits on top of everything. It sits in its own little foam bed, and then it's just the envelope just presented nicely on top like that. But yeah,
so random.
Fucking hefty. And it's cool because I've been waiting for a graphics card for fuck knows for years, 5 years.
Because
I'm
you big ass.
But I got it. The 97 XT.
It's like half the size of an Xbox.
I think it's as big as one.
Yeah, if not.
It's bigger than the Xbox actually.
Yeah.
Like that's on the table. It's still way bigger.
Yeah. And it's like, but the light thickness would be like half the thickness of the Xbox.
A little bit less than that.
Yeah, like it's crazy, eh? Like how big
like
it's crazy how big these graphic cards have gotten now. Like it's insane.
This is on the small side. It's like it's light.
Yeah.
Like on the smaller side still, but
yeah, because there's bigger. Like that's the crazy. Like there's bigger. Like it's fucking blows my mind.
It's a 3 slot. Like it's got the 3. It's a 3 and a bit because you got that bit under there as well.
But how many has a bunch of ports? It's got a lot of.
Yeah, 2 display and 2 HDMI.
Yep.
That's just a standard 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the back, which needs the back plate. You don't need it, but you kind of do. It's nice to have the back plate because usually you got your cords on the front.
Yep.
Which you can't.
Yeah.
It's just gonna sit like that in the case because the cord is you put it there.
Yep.
In that side.
It's crazy.
Like. There, the 12-volt high power. You got your ARGB connector there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice board. Nice card. Man, sharp.
Yeah.
You just whack on the
That's
magnetic.
Crazy.
It's so fucking magnetic. Like it here, snap.
Sheesh.
And you put the plate on and looks fantastic.
That's crazy.
It's what your filter for your coordinate, which is
magnetic. Oh my god.
Yeah, you got your 6 magnets. One there,
That's crazy.
There, up there, and 2 on
I like
the
how
side.
they used to say keep magnets away from your computer, and now look.
Right. But yeah, that's where your fins are in there, and they put a protector.
Yep.
So you don't bend your pins.
Yep.
Or your not pins. I keep saying pins, but the fins on your cooler. Yeah, then the back plate just hides all that.
Yep. Seamlessly tucks it away.
Yeah, like $1,500, but I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking grabbing it.
$1,500. Fuck.
Hey, better than the fucking 59 that cost $6.5 grand.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it just snaps on.
That's like at that price. I could get 2 PlayStations.
Right?
Like,
but I
yeah,
still didn't like the design of it.
Bro, it's like you just bought a Pro not that long ago.
Yeah, but I needed this.
I know.
I needed the Pro as well, but
that's crazy.
She's a chunky boy.
It's so expensive though. Oh.
I like how they gave it like you can see it in the middle fan, like it's bumped out a little bit. Get that little extra
detail style.
Yeah, like bing 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 spinnies. But no, like I am totally impressed with it. I love it. Just can't use it yet. I'm sad.
So how many pieces do you still need for your computer?
Well, I can see you through that.
Because you've got the power supply.
Power supply, fans. I just need the CPU.
The motherboard.
Motherboard.
Because you got the case.
Storage. Yeah, I just need the CPU, the motherboard, storage.
Yeah.
So and really an AIO, and it's done.
What AIO?
Cooler.
Oh, because of how much. Yeah, because of how much shit you've actually got. Yeah, because you've got so much shit. Yeah.
I've got one in here now.
It needs to
put that in there, but I want a whole new because this is going in the living room.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you'll need.
Might put in a smaller case for that. Maybe transfer it all over.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like if I was to upgrade a system, build a new one, I feel like I would have to need water cooling or something fucking for the next one because whatever I buy is gonna be fucking ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't recommend water cooling for you though, because I mean,
it's gonna need something that's gonna have to try.
You can fan cool most things, unless you get a very. Well, if you want to overclock, then you need water.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to overclock, you don't really need.
I was going to try and overclock with this computer originally, but I never did. But it's only a push it.
Yeah. But one thing I'll say is, I think they're releasing the designs for the front panel.
Oh, yeah.
So you can 3D print your own cover.
Yep.
So it's all got 6 screws holding it in there.
Yep.
And people don't like the crisscross, which, I mean, I get if people don't like it. So just want lines, maybe, or just lines by itself, or put their own pattern. But I think they're releasing what's it called?
The measurements.
Releasing all the stuff to make your own. But it would have to be not meltable plastic because they get pretty warm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would melt.
Yeah, you can get some high quality 3D filaments.
Yeah, it's got to be the high quality because if you put something that could, if it gets warm easy, no.
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty durable.
They get fucking. They're not hot, but I wouldn't risk it. But no, I am chuffed about it because I needed a graphics card. I was gonna chuck it in this PC. I still might, maybe, until I build the other one. And buy another graphics card for this one, not as powerful.
So that one's still compatible then, pretty much, with that current system you got?
Yeah.
That's alright then.
I had to check specifications and it should work because it needs a 750 watt minimum, and I've already got that in there.
Your CPU was a higher one than I had, I think.
Yeah, mine's a 3900 XT.
That's your
12 core. It does. It shouldn't. I mean, it might bottleneck a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, because I've got my old Ryzen.
I probably won't put it in there. I'm most likely not going to put it in there. I'm gonna save it for the next one.
My Horizon 5.
Horizon 5.
I got my Horizon 5. I need to upgrade it.
But it is cool that they did cater for older systems, like older power supplies and that. Like that's the thing the thing sits in.
Oh yeah.
The that's the set on top of the envelope. But the in the accessories box, they actually catered for older systems. That goes into the graphics card.
Oh yep.
That's what the connector is for these for that card. But you can go 3 8-pins. Because some older older power suppliers don't have that on the power supply.
That's the new adapters is those ones that end.
Well, that's what Nvidia used that caught fire. So these melt on the Nvidia 5090s and 4090s. These melted.
Yeah.
But they draw a lot of like 600 watts, where this only draws 300 odd. But yeah, they gave you an adapter in case you don't have the things. Like you just plug in your 3, which is cool. And you also get, here's the other call for it. That will give you the you know how your graphics card can sag?
Yeah. With the pressure of the weight.
Apparently this isn't as heavy, and it's also reinforced by the thing on the side. But that's a
support.
I want to try and get out of there. I haven't opened this yet.
Support bar.
Yeah, like it clips on when you install the graphics card into your PCIe slots. You know, you put this with it.
Okay.
And let me get it out of there. Yeah, like that's
you a bracket
that's how it looks on the thing.
Yeah. Give you extra support to hold it.
I'm trying to line her up. Yeah, when you put your board thing on your motherboard, it'll sit like that.
Yeah.
Give it support.
Yeah,
it clips onto the side there when you screw it in. Like
it just helps hold it.
Lines up with that.
Yeah. That's cool.
And just keeps
because sometimes they blow in that weird spot depending on how you have your towel.
Yeah, sometimes they go.
Yeah, it depends.
I don't need this,
towel.
thankfully, because I think the new case I have, it comes roughly, if I know it correctly, it'll come out at roughly around this spot here and just sit there like that, just one bar.
Oh, there's actually a thing on it to rest on.
On the case, yeah, like it's got a built-in. I have to make it and put it in there, but it comes off the case.
Yep, it like actually has a thing.
Just beside the motherboard.
Actually, they put a support. They have a support on it.
Like that. You won't even really see it. Not that I don't like that, because that does give it a bit of sophistication kind of thing.
And it gives you options. They've just
like
made
having
one.
that look. It don't make it look bad.
No. They've made one just in case, though, because people might need it, so it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, in case. And you can
build your tower,
the height and stuff with that little slidey padded thing.
That's cool.
But no, it's a good investment. Do not buy Nvidia. I'm telling everybody right now. Do not buy Nvidia cards.
Nvidia.
I'm rocking one because it's not mine.
Yeah.
But no, I am chuffed with it. I haven't held a graphics card before, because that one, my brother just got it from his box of PC parts and put in for me.
Yep.
Because he used that previously in his own build. Then he upgraded to a 20 series, 30 series. And he go, here, have this one. And I said I'd always buy my graphics card very soon. 5 years later, I finally bought one. So he gets that one back now. Soon. So roughly soon I should have that one built, ready to go. I'm kind of excited. I am excited. build my own PC for the first time. Well, I've kind of built this one. I did some things. On that one. But I looked at some RAM. Oh, I need RAM as well. I didn't say that before. I just looked at it. So I'm gonna go for 64 gigs.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't mention. So I'm thinking, taking everything. Like, oh, yeah, think about it. Yeah, RAM. RAM's always a fucking. You're not gonna be able to do much without your RAM.
You need RAM.
You're gonna be able to run shit without your RAM.
Yes. 64 gigs I'm gonna put in there.
Yeah.
Might as well. Only a couple $100.
Oh, I was gonna play Crisis as well that I bought. So many games I bought digitally on my PlayStation.
And
I forgot that I got Crisis there as well. Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I gotta get. Just the motherboard stuff, really, now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not that.
And the AIO.
You're getting there.
It would have been quick if I didn't buy all my games and shit first.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I got that when I bought fucking Shadows and Monster Hunter and fixed all that in one month. It's like, fuck, I could have done PC stuff with that.
Because the most expensive part was the fucking graphics card.
Oh, yeah. Well, the CPU is not far off that, to be honest.
Oh, really?
The CPU one's maybe 1200.
God, you're going for a real big build, aren't you?
Well, I did for that one. That's got a good CPU in that.
Didn't think
I just can't use that in the new motherboard because it doesn't fit. It's a different socket.
And I think my whole build cost me like 1,200, 1,500.
Right.
Like mine was pretty cheap.
That's funny because I built that in 2019, 2020. That motherboard back then cost me like $800.
You see, I paid like, I think my motherboard cost like 400, 450, 500.
Right.
Like I was like decent, but like within the reason. Like I was.
Mine cost me less because I didn't buy a graphics card.
Yeah, Wookie gave me his graphics card.
Right. So you're just paying for the rest, like
one of the old ones.
And I've only got, and I'm running a 10 terabyte hard drive, which I'm not putting that into another PC. Like I'm not doing a hard drive again, like a spinning drive.
I'm contemplating with what I've got currently, like because of the whole thing that I've got set up with the whole software thing. I'm contemplating literally like taking the hard drive out of this, put an SSD into it because it is compatible still with an SSD when I built this.
Yeah.
I've got a hard drive in this. I could have put an SSD in it. I didn't. But I'm contemplating at the moment even just getting an SSD, putting that into it, reinstalling Windows then because of like restart from scratch so I can install like maybe a newer version of Windows somehow or something. Like I might have to use the thing what I've got currently, buy Windows 11 like key or something like that, remove the hard drive, put an SSD in, install.
You don't need Windows 11 straight up. You have Windows 10, right?
Well, I still don't own it, remember?
No, you buy that and you get Windows 11 anyway for free.
Oh, whatever it is, yeah. So do what either or buy that, check the hard drive out, put an SSD in, so it's basically starting from scratch, just install, and then basically it's all start from scratch again. But yeah, I'm contemplating doing that and then readjust the other hard drive, plug it back in as a secondary, because the main would be, and then just like, yeah.
Because like,
I'm contemplating doing that and then just updating the graphics card and then just running with that for a bit even, so it's still keeping me on the cheap side. Because CPU's a Ryzen 5, it's not outdated yet. It's still fairly okay. Still got maybe a couple of years in it, like for quality.
Just don't go for a mega card like this or anything. Don't get a new card.
Mine I think is still compatible.
I shouldn't put it in there with that either because I don't think. I mean, that CPU should be fine, but
I think compatibility wise, I'm like the old 30 series, like 3060 stuff like that when they first introduced like the RTXs. I think that's where mine's compatible to.
RTX was in the 20s, in the 20 cards.
20, yeah. So wherever that, like, it's in that decent spot. Like, I'm still compatible with the Ryzen 5 and then the motherboard I have. Like, everything like that is still compatible with that, like,
well, your graphics card would be like you can put a 5090 on that thing you got right now. It's just you'll be bottlenecked by your CPU.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, with the CPU I have, I wouldn't go anything that crazy because I can go to like that first early like RTX era because it wouldn't be bottlenecked. Like I'd be okay. Like it would be fine with it. Like, because the RAM, I've got like a fair chunk of RAM. I think I chucked it in that in the end. I ended up chucking like
I think you have more than I do.
Yeah, I chucked a bit in there just to be safe because I'd learnt my lesson.
I have 16 gig. Do you have more than that?
I think 16 or so.
Or is it 16?
I have 16 or 32. I think it might be 16 actually. But
I don't know, but I'm going 64 just to overkill it.
Well, I mean, it makes sense though. Why not? Like, you've got the fucking giant, you got the fucking graphics card. Like, you've got the fucking shit you're gonna have in it. You might as well take the advantage. You get the speed, the power. It doesn't hurt to have excess left over because then you're not gonna have that issue where it's gonna be throttled back. Like, you've got that open space. Anything wants to, it doesn't matter if there's empty space there. It can process and do everything and think.
Right.
So. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing minor upgrades. Just keep it budget.
So weird. Having a graphics card. I'm like, I've never bought one.
I know, that's the mistake I made. Is like when I was working, I could have been putting money aside because I was making so much money. I've been smart about it. Put money aside and fucking saved up to get myself parts. Like, I was working, making $1,000 a week, like over $1,000. Like,
right.
I could have been putting like money aside, but
it was a spontaneous thing. You're just like, I'll build it now. It's like,
but like that's like no, it's like I haven't done anything.
Wasn't it like because of the podcast? Because like we were just on our phones and it's like, hey, we can build a PC.
I was gonna buy a console. I was gonna buy because when the PlayStations first came out, I was like, PlayStation was like so the PS5 first came out, and so it was during the start of COVID. And I was like, I had the money, and then I was like, oh, I'll buy a PlayStation or an Xbox. I never did it because scalpers were buying them up. And then I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'll build a PC so I can play games and do stuff instead. So I built a PC. Like, I'll give myself something to do. I've got nothing else going on. I'll build this. So I started building a PC. And went bam, and fucking, yeah. Thank you, man.
Right.
I have a PC, which is good. Thankfully, I did that. Because I hadn't built a PC in forever. It was nice to come back to it and, like...
And it's way fucking different now than it was then.
Yeah.
Things are actually labelled now.
Like, I mean, it's pretty simple back then, too, but, like... I like the way now it is now. Like, it's
streamlined.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't fuck things up now.
No. That's basically it.
Which is nice. Like, you can't put things in the wrong spots because they won't fit.
And that's exactly it.
Or if you do, you break something.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I'm scared about this, because I haven't put one of these in a motherboard yet.
Yeah.
And just that little connector there, like, it just fit so daunting having that
it is fucking scary on the chip, yeah.
Then again, they are rock solid, but
yeah,
and you've got to put your case on its back so you can just
lay it flat, yeah. So
put it down like that. Because you don't want to put in the front like that because, I mean, you can. Some people do it.
It's, you got to be really confident.
But
efficient.
I'm intrigued to know if that's a vapor chamber in here or not, because I can see straight through it.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know if it's a vapor chamber or not. It's got heat pipes. That's all I can see.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, there's so much shit that thing has got. Like, it's a fucking ridiculous. It's its own fucking ecosystem.
I'm looking at that compared to my brother's one. Like, my brother's one's maybe that thick. Like, okay, maybe that with because it's in a heat thing as well, like that. But like, it's like a quarter of the size of this. Maybe like there. Maybe it is like just that size to that.
That's
just
it.
Like that. How big that is, maybe to the second one. I don't know, but it's way smaller. But still, that's only still 3 fans. Like, still not a big, massive.
No.
It only just contains the 3 fans. It only just fits them in there. So you know, there's 3 fans as well, but I do like they made it easier with Sapphire, the company.
Yep.
To replace your fans, you've only just got to take the top off, and that's it.
Oh, that's all right then.
Instead of undoing the whole card to take the fans out.
Yep.
They streamline the process.
Make it easier because they know things can be.
But no, it is pretty. And just there's their logo, which is pretty cool. I don't know what it is. Like, is it a fox? Like, what is that? Transformer?
Yes, it's a fox.
I don't know, it looks like a transformer.
But no, it's not.
I don't know what it is. But the box is pretty big too. I'm like, holy fuck. But No, I am keen to one day
but yeah,
play it.
no, that's all right. You will soon enough.
Yeah.
But I was gonna
No, I
say
have to dedicate my money now to the PC. No more games
yeah,
for a
that's
bit.
it. Don't be silly. You got a lot of shit there. Upgrade that PC, boy. Get it done. But are we done? I think we've got a nice long episode again this week.
Yes.
Back to our normal regular.
Bye.
Bye. Just straight up. Yes. Bye. Oh, okay. Um, 2.5 hours. Not
No,
bad.
just waiting for the things like bye.
Bye. I was gonna say before we leave though. Have you ended up cracking 1,000 yet, or are you just on the precipice of 1,000?
2 off.
2 off now.
Yeah, I'm just like, ooh.
Oh, you're 1 off last night when I checked.
Yeah, I think that was a bot.
They got yeah. Going to be a nice sufficient over, I think. But he's so close, like, oh.
2.
Oh.
Madness.
That's great. So good.
Madness.
Oh, it's taken a while, but fucking, oh. Put the work in, boy.
Yeah, just stick to it, like, fuck.
That's it.
I do it because I want to, like, I don't care.
That's
if
it.
People follow or not, like, god dang, like.
That's it. But no, it's good. Fucking 1,000 though, like, oh.
I still appreciate you if you don't follow, like. God,
4 digits, bro. We went from double digits to triple digits to nearly 4 digits. Like, ooh.
Yes. I can't believe that, to be honest.
Oh,
but nearly 1,000 people like my content. Now my YouTube's getting there. I'm nearly at 50 on there on YouTube's.
So before we wrap up, I do want to mention I watched the latest episode of Doctor Who. Pretty good.
Ooh.
Pretty funny. Since we're at the end of the episode, I'll talk about it. There was a kind of a moment in the episode, so it ended up revolving around. It was a kind of interesting. It was because based on this chick that they got the narrative on now, the new companion. And the episode kind of revolved on the ended up being a plot twist, ended up being like the ex-boyfriend twist at the end.
Cliche. God dang it.
And it was kind of like he was trying to win her back, kind of thing. So it's typical cliche ex-boyfriend, and then it's like they had a flashback. It was all timey-wimey stuff, and cliched flashback to like why they separated, why he's being like, and it was because he's basically being toxic. He was trying to be too controlling, and she kind of had like a comeback, and she's like she was like mad at him. She's like, oh, you're on your planet of the incels, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, use the phrase planet of the incels. I'm like, oh my god, this is a show. This is Doctor Who for one, who's now streaming on Disney, with apparently funded by slight Disney money, and they used the word incel. I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I think Disney's eased up a little bit because of.
I was like, we are
like they really went far in that.
But I was like, we are in 2025. We've got Doctor Who literally calling men incels, or this one dude incels. I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is great. I was like, because the funny thing is, the funny thing is too, part of the community, some of the clearly some of the fan base are guys that are themselves incels, like they literally because they like all like anti like Jodie Whittaker and all this bullshit, like all this nonsense, and I'm like, this is great.
I don't get that.
Yeah, and I only didn't like Jodie Whittaker because the writing, the writing was shit. Like it was like it wasn't too bad, but it was just shit writing. But and I'm disappointed but that's for another day anyway. But no, I just thought it was funny that it was like kind of like it to me when I watched it when they said that. I'm like, that feels like a big fuck you to that kind of side of the fan base, because there's so much of the fan base that are anti Jodie Whittaker, and they're now anti like the new Doctor with Nashudi because he's like a gay black man, and they're just like, I'm like, this is great, like this is fucking superb. They've literally at the point now with the fact that they were like kind of the incels, like kind of like bringing that up, like they're aware.
I don't get what your what's it called? How would I put it?
What?
How your fuck? I'm trying to think of the word. I don't care what you are, like straight, gay, like
yeah.
Who It doesn't matter. You're playing a different character on the show. Like I don't get it.
I know. That's what
Why
I mean.
do people take offense to that? Like, oh, a gay black man fucking.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like that's why I loved. That's
And
why I
just don't watch
loved.
it.
That's what I love because these straight white, or not even saying they straight like the white men. It's like it's just straight men, like really straight that are literally the funny thing is these type of men that are hating on it are literally incels themselves. There is a fan. That's what I was gonna say. There's a fan base of the Doctor Who community. Yeah, that's why I loved it. I was like, I fucking laughed. I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, this cracks me up. I was like, this is the content actually making fun and calling out their own fan base, basically saying, fuck you, we are aware of you, we don't give a fuck about you. Like, we're going the way we're going, we're doing what we want. Fuck you, if you want to be for the ride, be for the ride. If you're not, the door's there, let it hit you on the ass on the way out.
I'm pretty sure that dude is awesome, though, from what I
he
he's
is.
In a lot of things that I've
he
watched.
Is fucking
he's
great.
Fucking awesome.
And yeah, like I said, he's a gay black man, but he's fucking great.
I don't think he makes a good doctor, but like he's not a bad choice.
No. Like he's I haven't watched Sex Ed. Al's watched Sex Ed, and she said
that show is fantastic.
She said he is great in that. Like he is insane.
He is.
I'm like, but no, he is great. He's one of my.
Watch it, man.
He's one of my. He's such a good actor. Like, he's so good. In the first episode,
you really gotta watch.
He's in the first episode. He's running around in a kilt. It's fucking hilarious. This first season of the Doctor, like. I think he did that.
Running around in a damn kilt.
Yeah, he's got a kilt on. He's running around. I'm like, this is fucking great. Like,
it is.
It's like, I just love it
because,
like I said, I just love it.
Do what he does.
I love it. I fucking love it. Like, so many people that just like get weird by things. I'm like, why? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as the writing's good and it's entertaining, that's all that should matter. Like, that's all that it's meant to be entertainment. You're meant to enjoy it.
You'd think.
But like that's why I was really pissed like before we leave because I'm gonna rant on. But that's why I hated that's why I got annoyed with Jodie Whittaker's series because their writing was very bad and she could have been so fucking good. There was so much potential there.
The writers killed it.
And the writers put too much of their own agendas into it and didn't build it off a character. They were putting their own takes on stories in and not building off the Doctor's stories. Like, it's just But that's something for another day. Like Muse will attest with that, because he's a Doctor Who fan as well. So,
right.
But we wrap this up. That's something I can go on for. Then we want to get done, and it's nearly 9 o'clock. I don't know if you're going to be playing anything soon.
Hang on, I'm just putting this away.
But anyway, yes, do you want to do the outro because I don't want to get myself ranting and Jim's packing things up. But
the outro, the intro, the intro.
2.5 hours, just about 2.5. We're just over 2.5.
2.5.
2 hours and 32 minutes. I'm looking at right now.
It's textured. Not bad. Hang on. Let's pop it in the hole. Hang on.
I've been growing my mustache out a lot. My mustache is getting long. I almost trimmed it today, and I was like, no.
Your mustache?
My mustache. I almost trimmed it, but I've been playing with it and like doing this thing a lot, and it actually does. Once you get it long enough and you do start parting it, I always thought. I'm going on a tangent, but I thought like
so long.
Like it used to get to that spot would get in the way, but once you get to a certain length and you start tucking it back, it does stay out of the way. Because I always thought, it's going to get in the way. You're going to eat and drink stuff, and it's going to. But no, once you get to that point, you can just part it.
That's why you get the beard balm. You just
once it's parted, like once it's long enough, it's fine because it doesn't get in the way. Once it's long enough, it just stays out of the way. So I'm tempted to grow my mustache.
I might do that one day. Keep the moustache. I was like, just get rid of the beard, right? Just keep like that and the moustache.
Oh God.
Keep the goatee and the moustache.
That's nothing I should do. I could do it.
Because I got this here, like,
or just
like it's got the.
Well, I've got literally there on my lip. I got that one, like.
Right.
I could literally just do that. Like it'd be like the Monopoly Man.
I usually trim that, but I haven't.
Right? I actually heard that like a bit. Just shave all that off, have my chin, and just leave like the little lip one. The lip.
Go fucking soul patch.
The reverse. It's the reverse Hitler. Like just shave everything, just leave that little soul patch under the chin.
Right.
In a square, it's like the reverse Hitler. The reverse Hitler, so on the lip is Monopoly Man.
Monopoly Man. Oh,
but
anyway. On Drury Lane.
But anyway, let's get this on because I'm going to bring on another tangent.
Yes. But before the tangent happens, not that it's gonna because we're ending. But thank you, Beardies and Beardettes, for joining us on another episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you didn't, let us know. But we don't really care. So this is what we're here for. Entertainment of our. What would you call it? Entertainment of our. I don't know. But hope you enjoyed. We appreciate you watching, listening. We have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.